Ladies and gentlemen, Pioneer Varsity Football is live and on the air, and we're about to have this senior celebration, so we're going to put it to the field mic, and we'll let that run. We'll give it a moment, as that should start momentarily. Just getting the approval from down at field level. And then we will have the senior celebration and then a game scheduled at 7 o'clock. This is the Ted Higho Bowl between Huron and Pioneer. We'll talk a little bit about Ted Higho throughout the game. He was the first one to recommend that these two teams play each other despite worries from the school board that the issues could arise. He was a big proponent of the game, and these two teams have played the most. At least Huron's the team that Pioneer has played the most out of any other team. As both squads get ready, Pioneer is in their black tops, black pants, dark helmets, numbers in white on the front and on the back, as Heron is in their whites, white tops, white pants. Their helmets have numbers on the, the left-hand side, and the Huron logo on the right. Dark helmets. And we'll turn things over here to the PA momentarily. Coach Griggs out there, and
direct your attention to the north end zone, where we will be honoring our seniors from both the football team and the cheer team from 2024. First is Hamada Al-Kahani, accompanied by his mother Miranda, Miss Patty, and Coach Bo. Hamada's favorite football memory is being his first pick six in his sophomore year against Lincoln. Next is Amari Ashford, being accompanied by his dad, Arias. Amari's favorite football memory is his fumble recovery against Lincoln. Next we have Connor Bradley, accompanied by his parents, Claire and Charlie. Connor's favorite memory is beating Huron for the city championship last year. Next is Muhammad Dumboya Micah, accompanied by his parents, Victoria and Ali, with his siblings and cousins. Muhammad's favorite memory is sacking an Adrian player, having it shown on recap on national TV during the U of M season opener. Next is Malik and Akram Farha, accompanied by their parents, Mofid and Rana, and their sisters, Selena and Alina. Malik's favorite memory is scoring his first passing touchdown as a sophomore. And Akram's favorite memory is when both chased you at practice, whatever that means. Next is Christian Gary, accompanied by his parents, Anthony and China, and his brother, AJ. Christian's favorite memories during Huron last year. Next is William Grice, accompanied by his parents, John and Kristen Grice, and his favorite sibling, Jameson. His favorite memory is freshman year playing with the O-line. Next is Micah Holmes, accompanied by Coach Reed. Micah's favorite memory is back-to-back wins to start his senior year. Next is Cahill Hug, accompanied by his parents, Andreas and Kristen, and his brother, Sebastian. His favorite memory is his first win against Thurston. And next up is Yuman Jang, accompanied by his parents, Sai and Kang. And his favorite sibling, Justin. His favorite memory is ever rushing the field after the Skyline game sophomore year. Our next senior, team captain, Sandy Lowentus, accompanied by his father, Dave, his mother, Kristen McGuire, and his sisters, Rhea and Lucy. His favorite memory is being Lincoln's senior year. And up next is Keon Martin, accompanied by his sister, Katie Young. Oh, and accompanied by Coach Ballard. And his favorite memory is being pushed back 20 yards freshman year. Our next senior, team captain, Houston McCoy, accompanied by his parents, Tiffany and Ramel, and his big brother, Ramel Jr. Houston's favorite memory is sacking the Huron player junior year during a close game. Our next senior, Nevin McVicker, accompanied by his parents, Ryan and Megan, and his sisters, Anna and Molly. Nevin's favorite memory, first reception during sophomore year against Dexter. Our next senior, Aaron Mizzago, accompanied by his parents, Frederick and Josie. His favorite memory, both chasing me and Hamada. There's some story about the ball. Our next senior, Romello Robusti, accompanied by his big brother Brian, his mother Vanessa, and his stepfather Trey Marshall. His favorite memory is playing together, all the Pioneers. Our next senior, Riyad Salih, accompanied by his parents, Rizana and Hasai. His favorite memory when we won our first home game this year against Adrian. And our final senior, Sori Yansena, accompanied by his father, Ali, and his brother, Junior. Sori's favorite memory, his first varsity game junior year against Adrian, and completed his first pick with one hand. Impressive. But yet, we're not done. That's right, we have to honor our senior cheer players. First up is Maya Olson, accompanied by her parents, Christine and Willie. Maya's favorite cheer memory is during her first game, as this was her first season in cheer. Next up, team captain, Grace Peterson, accompanied by her mom, Allison, and her brother, Milo. Her favorite memory, her 7th season as a cheerleader, when the whole team sang Umbrella by Rihanna in the rain junior year. Next up, our other team captain, Alicia Smith-Strong, accompanied by her parents, Tori and Brian. Her favorite memory, her 3rd season in cheer. Her best memory is being last year's city champs. Chance to repeat tonight. And finally, our final senior, Stacy Stamadiamos. And her parents, George and Dina. Her favorite memory, her 7th season as a cheerleader, being here on last year and sending us to the playoffs. Fans, thank you. Let's hear it one more time for all of our seniors.
Fantastic senior celebration there, and it is always, again, bittersweet whenever we have a senior celebration. We've been going through a couple of them for the fall athletics. I can't believe fall season's coming to an end, but we wish all these players, we know they're going to go on to do wonderful, amazing things, both the football team and the cheerleaders. But we know we won't get to see them wearing purple and white that much longer. So if they happen to play sports and so taking a look out there, this is the Heisel Bowl between these two teams, and let's talk a little bit about that and why. As Ted Higho, born in 1920, he passed away in 2007. Ted Higho broadcast in Ann Arbor, Michigan for over 56 years. Higho was a talk show host, news director, and even an Ann Arbor School Board president. He was most famous for his well-known talk show, originally airing weekdays, then towards the end of his life, Saturdays from 3 to 5 on 1600 kilohertz. Higho worked at WPAG, WOIA, and WAAM, WHAM, all in the Ann Arbor area. He grew up and went to Ann Arbor High School before it became the Fries Building. He received a BA in English and History from Eastern Michigan University. He also received an MA in Theater from the University of Michigan. He began his broadcasting career working part-time at 1050 a.m., which was WPAG at that point in time when he was in graduate school. He also spent time as a disc jockey on AM 1290 WOIA. In 1956, Ted would become very likely the first call-in radio talk show host in the world. Ted was on air at WOIA, and he decided to open up the phone lines and have listeners call in to discuss the upcoming area election. And you can see if you go to YouTube, they have a YouTube hour-long 40th anniversary radio show that they have out there, where Ted was on there, and they surprised him with a lot of wonderful people throughout his history, and it is really a wonderful delve into the history of Ann Arbor radio and of Ann Arbor itself. So I would highly recommend, if you're interested in all, checking that out. He also, Ted provided thousands of needy children with teddy bears over the years, thanks to his on-air solicitations during the holiday season. Now, his influence with the community, for 6 years, Ted Higho served his community on the Ann Arbor School Board, including 1 year as president. He helped create Ann Arbor's alternative high schools, including Community High and Roberto Clemente. Among his many accomplishments, Ted was the first to suggest that Ann Arbor, Huron, and Pioneer schools play each other for a season-ending clash on the gridiron. The school board was against it, saying that problems would ensue, but Ted persevered and finally got the board to agree with him, which is allowing now the famous game. A few years ago, the Ann Arbor Public School Board agreed with him, or the Ann Arbor Public School District honored Ted by naming the game after him, the Heisel Bowl. Ted passed away at 1 a.m. on April 27th in 2007. He will truly be missed. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA, and we will be right back.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As again, we are live at Hallway Field, where it is Pioneer taking on Huron. Again, the Ted Higho Bowl here, and a big game always. It has been. If we take a look, let's look at it by the numbers here. If I can find that proper sheet of paper. Overall, Pioneer 448 wins, 232 losses, and 6 ties for a 657 winning percentage. Huron 217 wins, 301 losses, and 2 draws for a 419 winning percentage. Now the big things for this season: Pioneer has 112 points for. Huron has 136 points for, so they are 24 points to the good over Pioneer. Pioneer has allowed 215 points. Huron has allowed 241 points, so that is about 31 that Pioneer has allowed less. They have played 55 games against each other, by far the most that the team Pioneers played the most. And that is 42 wins for Pioneer, 13 losses. Last season, Pioneer won in a 40-38 game, and then taking a look at back in 2022, Huron had a 3-game winning streak as they won 57-0 in 2022. In 2021, they won 34-0, and in 2020 they won 18-8. Last time Pioneer won, besides last year, was in 2019. That was a 47-14 win. As we have fantastic Ryan Williams here with us on color commentary. How was it while you were at Pioneer? Did you guys have a lot of success versus Huron?
Yeah, we nice to see you again, Mark. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, but it's in a weird way, because I went to Tappan Middle School. That also will some kids who go to Burns Park Elementary will go to Tappan, but then they will go to Huron. And so the vast majority of the other Tappan people who go to like Brian Patton, all that stuff, they will go to Pioneer, right?
Yeah.
So a fair amount of people on that squad, right? That's when I was going there. So it makes it personal. You want to like pre-stat. It's like the little brother mentality. You have to stomp on them. You can't let them breathe. You have to you want to win the city. You have to kind of see them as a rival.
Yeah.
But in a way, there's always the guy going in front of you. I would play games against Lance Chris Pache. He was the center for Huron for a while, right?
Oh yeah.
When I was playing. So you see them, and as of course it's like a friendly rivalry at times. I know there have been times in the Ann Arbor versus Huron history where it has gotten not friendly, we'll say. But at the same time,
thankfully, fewer than not an average thing, and we'd like to keep it that way.
Exactly. You want to let the hammer down, especially within the grand scheme of things. They always kind of schedule them this kind of back third of the season, where games really do matter. For whatever reason, I always feel like we get Skyline flat in the middle, 4th or 5th week every single time, where it's kind of that weird period where you're tired, you got other stuff going on in school, then now we got Skyline, which is like the little brother now. But Huron, they were not very good for a long time. That's not a secret. But then they beat Pioneer in 2020, and I remember watching, I was far removed from the high school football scene. I'd been in college for a while. I remember looking at the MLive article and being really sad, because I was like, man.
And our Pioneer had the rivalry it was very lopsided until then. Coach Mack came in and he got that Huron team humming.
Coach
and
Mack, man.
They were a force to be reckoned with, and they're not. And okay, so Huron is 2-5, Pioneer is 5-2 right now, and some of that is because the Saline game. Saline had to forfeit the game versus Ann Arbor. They didn't versus Huron. So you think, 5-2 versus 2-5, but it's a lot closer than that. You take a look, and like opponents, so Pioneer did beat Lincoln, and Huron lost to Lincoln. So Pioneer beat Lincoln 22-20, whereas Huron lost to them. But Pioneer beat Monroe 10-7, whereas Huron beat Monroe 19-6. Skyline. Pioneer beat Skyline 33-30 in a nail biter last week.
Oh my gosh!
That was
dude.
a heck of a game. By the way,
Crazy.
if you missed that, CTN does have that on YouTube if you want to check it out. But Huron beat Skyline by a score of 37-20. So some like opponents, they lost by a little less to Bedford. So it's really.
Yeah.
It's a coin flick, and it's a rivalry game, so it's it's going to be hard fought between these two teams. It's going to be a lot of effort. Neither of these sides want to lose to each other. It's one of those Ann Arbor rivalry games, and the city championship's on the line. Both teams have beaten Skyline.
Yeah, you get to win the city. That is one thing that you preached a lot in practice. You really don't hear the phrase, we got to win the city a lot. It's all about, like, divisions, or it's about, like, we got to win championships. But, like, when you have, like, a larger-ish city like Ann Arbor is, you had the opportunity when you have like 3 or 4 schools, or high schools in the city, to have like a little mini rivalry, a little mini division within the division, right? So, and you want Pioneer, if you're on Pioneer, you do preach that. You preach, we're going to win the city. That is the one thing, because, I mean, while playoffs would be beautiful. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine commentating a playoff game with the people spilling out the stadium? In all honesty, not slim, but a home playoff game for Pioneer probably pretty slim. But winning the city, that's 4 quarters away, dude.
Yeah,
Preach that to your children. Preach that tenacity. You can beat little brother.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, just make it proud. It's something that you're proud of.
Absolutely. And it's cyclical. Skyline had some times when when Andrew Kopp was the quarterback, which is weird to think of him, big hockey player now with the Red Wings being a quarterback.
That's true.
He put up, I think, one of the largest yards against Pioneer, but Pioneer still won that game, which was fun. But all 3 schools have had good runs. Pioneer has had the best of them, and we hope that they can continue that. They won the city championship last year, but Huron's going to have something to say about it. They're coming in with the chip on their shoulder, and they would like to win here at Pioneer.
Exactly. When you're 2-5 and you're also like a 12th grader, 11th grader, like this is like, I mean, especially if you're a senior, man, and you're having a season like, I mean, no matter how fun it's been, 2-5 just mathematically not a great season, just by the numbers. You want to win football games. You play to win the game, as the old adage goes.
Indeed.
So you're going to want to win that game real bad. You're not going to want to go out on your back looking at the lights. You're going to want to go out swinging.
Absolutely.
Right? And so, Pioneer, do we catch a stray from a very frisky Huron team? Do they put the nail in our coffin for our playoff chances? Yeah. That's what this story could possibly be if we're not prepared enough, Mark.
And what it seems like, just taking a look at the numbers, Huron has the edge on offense. Pioneer, we've seen their defense play very, very well, even against hard opponents. I know the numbers haven't looked that way, but even against teams like Saline, like Bedford, Pioneer has had good defensive play. So it's really strength on strength in this game.
Yeah, it's like the defense has really been just beautiful for Pioneer. It's been really picked up. Exactly for the offense, the defense is like a bend, don't break mentality. But this defense, it will bend, and it just doesn't happen to break, man. We saw at the end of the Monroe game. We saw it at the beginning of the Saline game with that pick at the very beginning that Carr threw. If Pioneer's defense could start off right, I mean, given down, though, with the coin flipper, who's going to defer what at the half or at the beginning of the game will happen. But
indeed,
if you get that first lucky break, especially in a big old rivalry game, right?
Oh, yeah.
We saw how intense the people in the stands and the players were during the Pioneer Skyline game.
Oh, yeah.
Right here, I mean, this is the OG rivalry, man.
Yeah,
you want to win the OG rivalry. I mean, I'm sure these kids don't care about nothing but the game right in front of them.
The history doesn't matter. Who is Ted Higho, right?
Exactly. Yeah, who is Ted Higho? But as a high school history teacher,
there you go.
I love my high school. I love history. So,
It's good to know that call-in talk radio may well have originated in Ann Arbor. That's a fun thing to know.
Really?
Yeah, that Ted Higho, probably the first person ever to take calls from a local community.
That is actually really cool.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's the next step here. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? Oh my gosh, this referee and these players. Bro, Jill, shows the game, man.
I've been engineers on call-in shows on WCBN, and I white-knuckled it all the way through when they had people call in for advice on. They had a renters group show, and that was. Yeah, that scared the heck out of me to be right there ready to dump a person if they said something.
Finger on the dump button immediately at all times, like strapped to like a seatbelt.
It was not my favorite thing to do, I will admit.
Yeah. It's like proctoring the SAT. It's just you gotta make sure nothing nefarious occurs, or else Big Brother will may come for you. The old FCC. Love them over here, especially broadcasting to viewers around the world. Thank you all for watching. As always, it's as we mentioned it many times. It is really special to be in person. If you can make it in person, obviously do that. But do appreciate the listeners at home.
Absolutely, we do want to thank a couple folks. Our gold sponsors are Bush's Fresh Food Market and Tasty's Burgers. Silver sponsors for Pioneer Football include Big George's Home Appliance Mart, Calder Dairy, Planet Fitness, Ron's Garage, and Sotini's Sub Shop, Varsity Ford, and Woodchick. So, by the way, also, this is the Food Gatherers fundraiser. So if you are coming down and you're going to end up a little after the beginning of the game, remember, Pioneer would like to thank everyone who brought perishable food gifts for tonight's food drive. If you're still coming, grab, put some cans in the car and bring them on down. And if you would like to participate, if viewers would like to participate, you can donate directly to foodgatherers.org. Every donation makes a difference for our community. And it used to be several years ago, the Saline Pioneer hockey game right before Thanksgiving was always a big food gatherers event. I don't think that's happened the last couple of years, but it's great that this is, because holidays coming up, there are people who food insecurity is a real thing in our community and all over this nation, and you don't want to see anyone go hungry, especially students, because it makes it tough to learn if you don't have enough to eat.
Yeah, no kidding, especially around the holiday season. And one thing about these community rivalry games, at the end of the day, it's Ann Arbor Pioneer versus Ann Arbor Huron.
Yes.
It's all, at the end of the day, Ann Arbor wins, baby. One of the oldest and greatest city on earth, that's what they call it. Just being able to just take a step, support your local community when it matters. It really is a special thing to be a part of the whole Ann Arbor, just a really storied city with storied football and storied high schools and just
200
stories
years
to tell.
old this year.
200 years old this year, man.
Winning on the bicentennial,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, then we
Win
make
the
a
city championship.
Gotta make a movie about that called The Bicentennial Man, maybe about we'll see.
As coming up, the Coach Bellers hops up here.
Classic Bicentennial Man himself.
We appreciate him walking with a couple of the seniors out there and doing a great job. As the band heads out onto the field, as we see them going across. And again, really excited to get this one going. Last home game, so if you are around town, please come on down. If you're not, and if you're watching from wherever, we greatly appreciate it. It does look like CTN's across the way, so if you're sick of my voice, never sick of Ryan's, but if you're sick of my voice, they will have that tomorrow morning. Typically, they'll have that out on YouTube if you want to watch. They have a couple great folks doing the play-by-play over there.
They're real good, man.
Oh yeah, they are. They absolutely are. So. I've shared a booth with them a couple times at Skyline, and it's always fun. So, Pioneer band in the blockades. We will put the field mic on for the actual
anthem.
For the anthem, and we'll put it on for halftime as they're working on push on. So let me actually turn this and see if we can get that to you. Just one moment.
Pioneer Marching Band featuring drum majors Valentina Carcassi and incoming drum major Michael Wu.
And now the football team getting ready to come out of the tunnel here.
Oh, yeah.
As, again, fantastic, the band and the P out there, and they did a fantastic job with Push On. And,
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise
oh, here's the national anthem.
as the marching band honors America with the playing of the national anthem. Thank you.
So again, fantastic job of the national anthem there by the Pioneer Band. We will have their halftime show coming up, well, at halftime. As game time temperature 61 degrees. It's supposed to drop about 10 degrees by the end of the game. So if you are coming out, wear your layers. It is not too many clouds in the sky. The sun's setting. As lights on here at Hallway Field. We're getting ready for the big rivalry game here. As the band makes a little room, the officials across the way again. Pioneer's going to be in their black uniforms, black tops, black pants, white numbers, and their dark helmets. Huron is in the white tops, white pants, and their helmets have the number on the left and the Huron sign on the right. As Malik Farha, as well as Houston McCoy, and a couple other people leading the team out. Medzaga was out there as the entire team runs out to the Block A's. And it's crazy to think there's just 2 games in the regular season left.
Man.
It goes by so quickly.
Can we like, what can we do about that? Can we have a little bit more? I mean, like, listen, I know football is it's a dangerous sport. It's taxing. I remember being in practices, and the one thing I wanted to do in practice was to play some football, then maybe go home a little earlier than I would like, especially near the end of the season.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, I love football, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's truly a beautiful thing. Like, it brings a tear to my eye sometimes. I love this sport so much, man. And to know for a lot of these seniors, this is going to be their last time playing in front of their hometown, in front of mom and dad and their best friend, because I know the friends never go to the away games. Trust me, I asked mine when I was there. Pulling the old Snapchat group chat, hey, we're going. Anyone want to go to Edsel Ford for my game? Just no replies.
I remember that game. I was at that game.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We broadcast from up top in those stands. Yeah, absolutely.
Did not win.
Yeah, we will. Oh, that was a brutal game too, because that was back and forth and so close at the end.
Yeah, it was, man.
Oh man. Yeah, that was crazy because we had to run an extension cord about 100 yards to get it up to us.
Oh my gosh. Come on, why can't Mr. Ford help us out with that a little bit? Come on, man. Help some people out here.
Well, it's we will do our best. I've emailed and we'll double check with Pinckney and see if we're allowed to broadcast there. And of course, they don't have a huge press box, so if the weather maintains itself, but we'd like to try and get at least one away game for this football team broadcast. Worst case, maybe we do a radio broadcast. Getting ready as Pioneer set to receive. So Huron will receive for the second half. Back deep for Pioneer. Al Kakani on the far side. On the near side is Akram Farha as that's kicked away by Shoma. Short. And coming down and tackled right around. They're going to mark it right around the 31-yard line. So Pioneer will start there, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Medzaga
Yeah.
took that as the up back.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Menzago, who I think is really like an unsung hero of this team. I feel like whenever Menzago like he's got in position, he gets that ball and he always makes that first guy miss, man. He always has to get caught like a shoestring tackle. Kind of a secret champ there, my friend. So good to see he got kind of start off the gate here.
It was nice to see Highs out back at quarterback last week, and he continues here. So Highs there. Looks like Paul McDonald.
We got a guy in a three-point
stance.
stance.
Yeah, they're sitting in the I formation, so they have a fullback back there. As Highs under center, one receiver to the left, one receiver to the right. And fake the handoff. Highs throwing down the near side, trying to get to Malik Farah. Malik Farah, oh, he just can't bring it in off the fingertips. Beautiful over-the-shoulder throw. It just can't bring it in. Valiant attempt, but hopefully that backs up the safeties. They can't creep up there.
Could have been the silver bullet into the werewolf's throat right from the get-go, but you know, at the same time, good to see Highs out there, and also Malik Farah probably where he needs to be at wide receiver. It's just you got to receive the ball. Unfortunately, simple mistake. We clean it up, get those out of the way early. You'll be just fine down.
He's going to catch his fair share today, no doubt about that.
Yeah, no doubt about that at all, bro.
Taking a look now back in shotgun formation is Casares. The back, two Highs left. One wide out to the left, one wide out to the right. It's Paul McDonald, tight to line of scrimmage on the left-hand side. As well as Kolilis now in motion. Malik Farha takes it, trying the far side. Malik Farha gets out. He's down past the 35. He'll go down about the 38-yard line. That's going to bring up a third down and 3. So good gain on the jet sweep.
A lot of weird motion there. You saw Kolias, our touchdown hero from last week, going motion there a little bit. A little penalty marker on the field again. Maybe there's a block or maybe a
illegal shift on Pioneer.
Yeah, looks like the guy was not set beforehand, or I don't know. Maybe they counted too many people moving at the same time or something. You know, it happens.
It's tough when you have a double motion, and it's something that you can do to kind of see what the defense is in, what defense they're in, what's going on. But it's tough, especially at the high school level where you have a limited amount of practices.
Exactly.
To work on that double shift and time it properly is not easy.
I don't think I've seen them do that before. You know, with the double shift, like you also have the quarterback like kind of dictating the pace, moving his troops around as well.
I formation again for Highs. Highs hands it off as Casares breaks through. He has a first down and more as he got shoelace tackle as he'll get out to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, good tackle there from Demarius Hudson, number 10, looking like the safety there for Ann Arbor Huron.
Sorry, that's going to be – so that's – I got myself confused. That's going to be third – because the penalty, excuse me. 3rd and 4.
Yeah. That was a nice little run there. So, you know, we've got third down here in mid-range. We'd love to see maybe a little bit of play action as we've kind of established the run a little bit here, Mark. Have Highs go and swing it down to one of the routes on the outside here. I would watch number 3, Akram Farha, maybe as a little way to get 20 out of the way and maybe get a...
Here, fake is the handoff, rolling to the right-hand side. Highs gets it all the way out. Colias has it. He has the first time. We're out to the 40, down to the 35, and he's knocked out of bounds just past the 40. They're going to mark him right at the 38-yard line. So he just set up right in the soft spot of that defense, caught it, and made hay. Good job there.
Yeah, so I was completely wrong. I thought they were going to go to the near side of us, but instead what they actually do is they play action passes, I expected, but they're going to go to the wider side. Gives you a lot more range for your guy to move the defense up with some of these go routes and have the flat open. And great run after the catch from Toby Kolias there.
Again, I formation, one receiver left, one receiver right. Hand up to Kolias. Kolias trying the far side as he gets past the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him down. They'll mark him right at the 34-yard line, it looks like. There's a lot of players over there, so trying to see. I guess the near side official is going to be at the 33. So good run on first down. That's going to bring up 2nd and 4, if I can do some quick math there.
So we got some downs to play with. Matriculating the ball down the field, as the old Kansas City legend himself would say.
Absolutely.
Got trips right here. Surely it's going to be a pass or perhaps a little bit of a scramble.
Empty backfield, 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right, but a whistle comes in. Timeout by Huron as they were not expecting that
Yeah, it didn't look like the defense was set there. It looked like they were kind of crowding the box for some reason. I saw the ball, and the Huron coach was kind of flipping out on the outside. Maybe one guy wasn't set where he needed to be. Maybe they did like a check to man defense, and they didn't because they really only saw 2 people there covering those 3 gentlemen. And I know 2 is a smaller number than 3. Legendary coach O'Connell down there, math teacher, one of my JV or my freshman head coach. I saw him earlier down there too. I haven't seen him in a while. Nice to see him. I love to see the Pioneer legends come out for these kind of games. It's always a nice sight to see.
Absolutely. It's fantastic. It was really nice last home game to get to have the state championship team in and get to honor them. That was fantastic. As Coach Grigg steps away from the huddle. So Pioneer is going to be, they have the marked second and 2, but that's 2nd and 4 out there. Right at the 33-yard line. So 9:53 left to go here in the first opening drive for Pioneer. They've moved it down onto the Huron side, and this is going to be, again, 5 wide, 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Back in shotgun formation. Now Casares in motion, faked it. Heist takes the handoff as he's running forward as he'll get past the 20,
nice.
Spill forward down to about, they're going to mark him right at the 20-yard line. That will be a first down, 1st and 10, right at the edge of the red zone.
I see the terrible towel impersonation from our lovely Pioneer fans over there. But I see the vision. Looks like the white out. As the students always come in fashionably late. But
There is a player down for Pioneer, and I cannot see who it is. So timeout for injury. Oh, that is Heist down there.
He took a pretty meaty hit right from the get-go, like 2 people kind of slamming into him after that gutsy run. So hopefully he is okay because would not want him to come in here one more game than have to have him come out, as he is a trooper, man.
So he's going to have to sit out for a play, and hopefully he's all right to come back. Hopefully he doesn't have to sit out for more, but more importantly, hopefully he is healthy. So.
Yeah. No worries.
We've already had the computer turn off on us once pregame, so.
Yes. Today?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I'll move my office over down here then.
Our broadcast computer has a power button on the top, and that's always dangerous.
Yeah. And I was simply chilling and commentating by that said power button. Never a great thing to have happen, as we see.
Al Kakani back in shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Caceres in motion. Al Kakani trying to jitterbug to the left-hand side, and that Huron defense gets a big stop as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Yeah, Ryan Lon they're warming up on the sideline, and Al Kakani, who's had some gutsy performances at the quarterback position when we've called his number, but Hamadi is, right there, when you take those stutter steps and you start jitterbugging. A jitterbug doesn't score touchdowns. He runs away and gets squished. And that's what we kind of saw there, unfortunately. That line kind of collapsed. They probably called Diesel, thinking it for an inside run, and just crashed upon our guy.
5 wide, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation. Kalias in motion from the right to the left. They're showing blitz as that picked up, coming down to the left-hand side as Al Kakani breaks free as he'll get past, trying to get past the original line of scrimmage as he'll get down about to the 19-yard line.
Getting beaten up like a pinball in a pinball machine, but fighting for some extra yards. Love to see it. The blitzing linebacker was a little too far upfield, which allowed Al Kakani to step up in that pocket and kind of become a runner and make some magic happen. Still 3rd and long, or not long, but 3rd and manageable, but...
So he had lost 2 yards on the first play, gained back 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. So yeah, third and significantly long.
Yeah.
Back in shotgun formation there, as it looks like that is Kalias to his right. Al Kakani takes, he's rolling to the right. Al Kakani looking downfield. Al Kakani throwing, diving, catching. Lowenshus couldn't quite pull it in. It was a good job to put it where no one else could get it but his receiver. But that not an easy play to make, especially when you probably didn't get a lot of time at quarterback in practice.
Exactly, because you're banking on your guy to be healthy. I saw that pickup from Sean Garcia, the right guard, or the left tackle there, really picked up the blitzing linebacker, gave that opportunity for that throw to come out in the first place. Unfortunately, the underthrow, it happens. We move forward with this kick here from Jang.
So Jang's going to try a field goal. This is going to be a 36-yard field goal as Lowenschitz is setting right at the 26. Snap is down, kick is up, and it has the distance, and the kick is good. Pioneer puts it through. They get on the board with a good, that's no short kick. 37 is not a
Yeah, I was thinking the
small
same thing.
kick.
That might have been good from, like, if they, like, had that spotted at the 30-yard line.
Yeah,
That had
yeah.
some meat to it, man. So, talk about, in high school, like a cheat code. I mean, we talked about one of the very first games here. Having a really solid kicker, at least with regards to distance, sure, you want to make sure they're accurate. You want to make sure that having distance, I mean, because some schools you see, they just don't have them. They just don't run the point. They just don't
Yeah.
run 2-point field goals. They're just like, all right, well, 2 yards, I guess we're going to play football the way it's supposed to be played, I guess, without the foot involved. But when you can have a kicker,
Yeah.
it's so beautiful, man.
Absolutely, it's a huge deal in high school, and otherwise it turns into like a Madden game where you're like, I'm never going to punt or
Yeah,
kick.
exactly. We're always going for the fake extra points, and it takes something that's just like it's supposed to be the extra point. It's supposed to be like a given thing, or like a field goal, like that safety net for when your defense or your offense cannot convert on the third down. It makes it like such a more challenging sport to win, if I'm kind of explaining that right. So,
Yeah.
and especially also additionally as the next play is the kickoff. That's always important as well.
It helps that they got stalled on that drive there when Heis had to come out of the game.
Yeah.
But they were still able to get points, which is huge. It was not an empty possession. As Jang back to kick this off, raises, he's looking over to the sideline, back deep. Trying to take a look, is back deep on the far side is Graham. On the near side, I believe that is Shoma. As they drop back about the 5-yard line. Jang kicks it away. Low line drive kick. That's picked up as coming onto the far side. Huron has it at the 15, trying to make it all the way down as snowed under right about the 16-yard line as that was Smith on the run. So Smith took it to the near side, fired off to the far side.
You know, one thing I never understood, see our old 24 Connor Bradley there with his hoodie on during the game. I could never understood that. I'm always so hot in those hoodies. I'm sweating in this pullover, man. Never imagine actually playing a football game.
Everyone has a different little body temperature,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. No kidding. Good on him. Probably a little warmer out there because it's gonna get a little chillier later.
Yeah, keep that body going and keep everything warmed up.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta stay ready. Gotta know when your number's getting called. Be ready.
So back, Willis was the starting quarterback last week, and back there right now it looks like it's Jeremiah Johnson in pistol formation, wide receiver going from left to right, but there was a whistle.
This might have been a false start.
And yeah, looking like some sort of illegal procedure, a false start that's going to back up here on 5 yards as the sideline official threw the flag. That's going to be a false start. That will back them up 5, so they'll be first and 15 from the 13-yard line. So they have a pretty long way to go here on this their opening offensive drive.
As I noticed something on the Pioneer sideline, finally we have a TV.
We do.
The O-linemen get to watch TV while the defense is on the field. Obviously, the other team's doing it. I never got to have the little smart board TV there watching film.
I
But
swear we had it a while ago, but it must have been one of the coaches that's handed off and taken down right in the backfield. As beautiful job taking the handoff was Jones, and boy, he had nowhere to go as that Pioneer defense took him down. They'll mark him down at the 9-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 19. So the Pioneer defense setting the tone early.
yeah, man, the purple people ears out there. We've talked about this defense so much. We've talked about their ability in particular to stop the run and to stop the opponent on third down. Given third down not here yet, we still got a few more downs to go before there. Our magical down, if you will. But that ability to just crash in the A gap, that gut run really had no chance at all. I know you're scripting your first few plays, want to see how the script plays against your defense, but we'll say maybe take that one out of it because Pioneer can shut that one down.
Johnson alone in the backfield. 4 receivers to the left. Johnson shotgun formation takes it. He's rolling to the left. Looks like he's going to try and run it. Johnson is taken down by Houston McCoy as he did not let him get that outside as he was trying to cut the near corner. Houston McCoy had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I saw the Mike axe in the A gap. When you call an axe, it's the Mike is the middle linebacker and the axe the A gap. So you call him Mike axe. we're going to chop like an axe right through that gap between the center and the guard and try and make that quarterback use his legs to move. So you can get your other people guarding the flats to make a play like that. And you saw him even like get his body. He kind of just held his beautiful jersey and kind of just pulled him down with it.
Absolutely.
Beautiful play.
Back at the 8-yard line. It is 3rd and 21. So that was a loss of 1 back there. As now 3rd and long. 3 receivers split wide to the right. Shotgun formation with the back in the backfield with Johnson. Johnson calls for the snap, takes it, hands off, trying to go up the middle. Not much room, and he's taken down back there. First to get there, I believe that was Ashford, as that was a run back out there by Jones. And it's always tough because you don't want to lose yards. You're in the shadow of your own end zone, and you're hoping to break a big run, but the crowd always seems to not like it when it's a run on a 3rd and long.
Yeah, exactly. It in a way, it feels like you're giving up at the same time. Oh, it was like there's a false start on Huron again, even more. That's probably going to get declined, I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah, so the false start, they're going to decline that. It's interesting because normally false start, they blow the play dead, but
yeah, we've seen that a few times up here from the past few games. Perhaps just a later call. It probably doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, as this is going to be a very, very, very tight punt. I wonder if they're going to call full blocking kind of a punt set here. If it's going to have the rushing 11 or so, or not 11 would be crazy. Rushing 10 rather, because you do need someone there to go get the punt.
Bauchenik back to punt as he's standing in the end zone. That's never a very comfortable place to sit. Pioneer.
Never.
I believe that is Jang, who's sitting back at the 30, right around the 36, 37-yard line, as that looks like.
Oh, God, and it's out of the end zone, and that will be a safety.
That is going to be a safety if there's not a flag or anything else, and that's the real danger is your punter can't get the full drop back, and then mistakes happen, and it's a stressful situation trying to make that punt happen.
I'll take it. You know what? Stressful times cause pressure makes diamonds, we'll say. Longstaffer won't let that one happen again. Surely his coach will 100% prevent that, as I see.
He just rolled back, and he couldn't quite get that as Bauchenik was ready to go, and then he just couldn't react to the
Yeah, it happens. 2 points on the board here. A rare fiver for the people, man. Imagine just the defensive just kind of clean house here. I almost in a way am going to root against scoring because a 5-0 win is very funny.
Well, this is a little tribute to the Detroit Tigers and their wonderful run late in the season. It's a baseball score.
Exactly, it's a baseball score. Or it's like a score that like John Heisman's Georgia Tech Horace would get in like 1930 or something.
Indeed.
The guy who invented the forward pass and demanded his quarterback to yell hike before he got the football. Yes, scoregami, exactly, in Pioneer here.
That is great. So Pioneer gets points on offense, not 7 but 3, and then gets points on defense, so 5-0. Pioneer has 2 players back, as on the far side is Jan Sain. On the near side is Akram Farha. Back ready to get it set to kick off.
There's a penalty on that as well. No, this is the safety punt, which you're going to elect to kick.
Yeah, safety punt's back a little bit, so that's Shoma. Back to kick it away from the 20-yard line. Again, you can punt or you can do a standard kickoff, but it's from the 20. That is up high, end over to the far side. Yansing takes it at the 32. He's out to the 35, out to the 40. Out, he breaks a tackle, out to the 50, down to the 45-yard line. He'll come down to about the 42-yard line, going right up the middle. And Yansing gets Pioneer in Huron territory to begin this second offensive drive.
Real nice kick return there from Yansing. I saw Yansing do the little Michael Vick kind of hold the ball out, like with one hand while he's duking around. Gotta be careful with ball security, man. It'd be a dang shame if that ball got punched out, because Huron's gonna be hungry, little peanut punch coming out. You gotta be careful about that. But hey, listen, I'll take this field position. This is beautiful field position.
Absolutely.
This is 4th down, turnover on downs level field position.
Pioneer 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. As Al Kakani back out there, as he looks like he's going to go under center, as it looks like they're back in I formation. And I believe that's Casares back deep, as Paul McDonald is the fullback in I formation. One receiver left, one receiver to the right. As that is the snap, issues with the snap, and I think that's going to end up causing a false start.
That'll be snap infraction.
And that is going to take Pioneer back. It'll be 1st and 16.
Could have been worse, man. They could have been a turnover right there.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I'll take that flag. I saw a few too many flags the last time we were out here on our beautiful Holloway field. But it is a very beautiful day out tonight.
It is.
There might have been, 400 flags that game? It was insane.
Well, you got the crisp weather. It's definitely spooky season out
Exactly.
here. So, October. As, again, stay in I formation. They're showing blitz up the middle if they have 5 at the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Casares. Casares breaks a tackle, gets forward as he'll get back near the original line of scrimmage. He'll be about half a yard or a yard short. So he's back to the 42-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
And here's a coachable moment here for number 22 on Huron, Trent Gabriel. He kind of just grabbed Casares in the backfield, and he had the TFL. He had the tackle for loss, but he kind of just ragdolled on him. You have to, as a tackler, like, the low man's going to win. You have to get him up in the air and, like, try and really drive your hips and drive your arm through to get him on his back. And without doing that, it just allowed Casares just kind of just use his legs, use that power we see from almost every game. Power right through him.
From I formation to 5 wide, Al-Kakani takes a quick throw to Malik Farha. Malik Farha, as he breaks out to the 35 down, he'll spill down to the 30-yard line. That will be a 1st down to Malik Farha, Pioneer. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. And again, nice throw to the wide receiver right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard in front.
Yeah, and Syrian Conley kind of shoved him a little bit, the right guard there, my former position. So he always got a little in the right guard, kind of pulls through, kind of pushed his man forward, give a little extra yard. Here you go, buddy. that's for telling me that I blew that play earlier in practice or something. I don't know.
So 3:55 left to go here in the first. 5-0 Pioneer with the baseball score lead. They stay 5 wide. Shotgun formation for Al-Kakani. 4 at the line of scrimmage. They get it over to Houston McCoy. The ball's loose and dive on it, as that is going to be Shoma who dives on it, and that's going to be Huron ball right around the 36, 37-yard line.
Man, that's just so rough when you have that exchange. When you have your backups out there, they have experience out here, but again, it's not what they're prepping for practice. If anything, they are prepping in practice to have to not play quarterback. Finally. But at the same time, it is rough when you have a turnover this early. But hey, the 5-0 dream is still here.
It is, and it's good field position for Huron, but it's not. You're not giving it over on your own side of the field. So Huron's going to try and make some hay. They're continuing with Johnson.
And we know this Pioneer defense can go. It's still pretty hot, and they're playing pretty high here. So it's not like this is the end of the world, Mark.
Absolutely. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 tight to the line of scrimmage to the right. Johnson calls for in shotgun formation. Rolls to the right. He avoids a hit as he's coming out to the 40. There he's wrapped up by Jan Sane as he gets him. And good wrap up by Jan Sane to take him down there.
Teachable moment for Houston McCoy, number 12 in the Pioneer. Always be closing, right? You have to close in on the line of scrimmage. You can't get upfield. What my friend there did, he got a little too far upfield. Uh-oh. The quarterback comes right underneath him, and now he's lost for words. Luckily, we got a really nice tackle steal all right there on the far side. I forgot who got the tackle.
Jan Sane.
Jan Sane did, yeah. So good job there from Jan Sane picking up. But at the same time there, that could have been a tackle. That could have been a sack, man. So learn from that, move forward.
It's an open field tackle, which isn't easy.
Yeah, exactly. The QB's still trying to maneuver himself away as well, so give him some credit too.
Shotgun formation back in the backfield. I believe that's Jones. He hands off to Jones. Jones trying the far side. He breaks through. He'll have a 1st down as he's going to be past the 45-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 48-yard line. So Huron gets a 1st down. They're now moving the chains.
Good little run there for Huron. Give credit where it's due.
That's the first real positive run we've seen as Pioneer really smothered the run in the first offensive drive.
Yeah, it's about bending but not breaking, right? So football, the offense is going to try and move the ball down the field. That's literally their entire job. So hopefully, I hope they could do a little bit of that, or else this game's very boring. So, Pioneer defense, or if we do see the defense, it's bend but not break, right? We mentioned earlier, bend but not break. You can let some of these runs go. You just can't let the 7 score.
Again, shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, and no, fake the handoff coming. Johnson at the far side, and he get held up, and then finishing him off back there as that was Kowak, as I believe he is held up over there. And then if we take a look at this on the replay, handoff coming to the far side, and Kowak holds him up, and then a big hit back there.
He comes in there like a Super Smash Bros. Dash attack, just shoulder tackle him to the dirt. Man, what a powerful tackle there from our guy.
Absolutely.
Nice.
And again, lots of hats to the ball.
Exactly. 11 hats to the football. That's the mentality you got to have. There should have been 5 other people there with him.
3 receivers to the left, shotgun formation. Jones the back of the backfield. Johnson rolling to the left. He pitches it over. Now trying to make his way back, as that will be.
No way.
Oh, he actually caught it as it was a throw down the field, and that was a pickup as that was caught by Rivera. And he looked like he was in the clutches back there.
That was looking like it was going to be something on the not top 10. Kind of hits the little, he jukes himself a little bit, but hey, that's a completed pass if I've ever seen one. And for positive yardage too, Mark.
Graham was back there. Graham was back. He was being pulled down by the jersey and completed that pass. That's impressive.
Exactly as they
drew it up?
Exactly as they drew it up. Am I right, fellas?
That and a couple tums for the official or the coaches probably on that play.
Exactly.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Pioneers showing blitz as they have linebackers on either side. Quick throw out to the far side and quickly taken down by Jang. Is taken down just over the 50, right around the 46-yard line.
Great open field tackling there from Jang. When you send pressure like they did just there, you always got to be. I mean, I always got a little careful, like the Lions or U of M does that, because you're always afraid of you miss one tackle, they're gonna score here when you send a lot of people up there. But when you can have cornerbacks who can again just wrap up, get the wide out down on the field, makes your life a whole lot easier.
Willis now in at quarterback as. That is either going to be an offsides or a false start, and it looks like it's probably going to be an offsides. As Willis, he played most of when I was trying to watch and look back at film. I know he played most of the Saline game.
Yeah.
But he did not start. It was Johnson who started. So Willis in there. And it's going to be 5 yards, and that's going to be a first down. So they're going to have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. So Huron, first down on Pioneer's side of the 50. 6 seconds left to go. So 1 more play, although clock's going to run down, and I think Huron will just let it go. And we will go on to the second. So Pioneer has points on an offensive possession. They have a safety on defense, then a turnover, and Huron's trying to make hay of it. But what are your thoughts of the first quarter?
You know, exactly as you want to see it, exactly as you drew it up, it's never pretty when you play. I mean, it's 2 teams that really want to win. So the football, which is a funny shape, it's an oblong. It's the only the only sport that's played with an oblong ball, right?
Yep.
And hockey doesn't count, right? So sometimes you just got.
That's a puck, not a ball.
Yeah, that's true. You got to live with the bounces, And I think Pioneer does a great job living with the bounces, and especially, I mean, let's remember when I was kind of living or kind of preached to myself with when I was down there, especially in these high octane games when you really need to win. And you're tripping over the lost fumble on the jet sweep exchange over there. At the end of the day, just live with the bounces, man. It's a football game.
Yep.
Have some fun out there. That's what you want to see. You want to preach that mentality to your gentlemen. You're still technically up here, even though it's a very funny score. Just keep going. Keep going.
Absolutely.
Because you know that this defense can break through.
So Willis now in the backfield. They're going to have 2 wide to the left, 1 tight to line scrimmage to the left. Pistol formation. Now they'll shift over into shotgun formations. Jones is on Willis's right hip. Pioneer showing blitz up the middle, and Willis trying to find room as he gets past the line of scrimmage. He's taken down as they'll give him forward progress to the 39-yard line, but good reaction as it looked like he might break something. But Pioneer responded quickly to get that tackle.
Exactly. It means that's what you got to do. This defense is so beautiful, man. This defense is so beautiful. And the offensive line for Huron. Offensive line in like Pioneer, because Ann Arbor doesn't have like really big kids. I mean, we got normal sized kids, I guess, lack of better reason. So
you don't have a lot of the farm kids.
Yeah, exactly. The corn fed you'll
Yeah.
see over there in Bedford and I guess Nebraska, for lack of a better term. But it's just having people who can go and block and can just rush for it. It just makes it so much important.
Man in motion for left to right, shotgun formation, taking it. Willis pointing out signals as he's taken down. Napier got a piece of him, and then finishing him off was Gary, and that will be a big loss back down to the 47-yard line, and huge loss.
And Napier, I love his adjustment just right at the end there, just grabbing anything he can because he goes a little too far upfield. He's a little too far upfield, and then exactly just wham. He kind of just set up him for his backup mate there to go get the sack. Love to see it. Teamwork makes the dream work here. 3rd and long. What I say earlier, got to live with the bounces, man. And what happens? Your defense will pull through.
And we appreciate the uniform maker because that helped a lot better than those old tearaway jerseys.
No kidding, dude. Yeah, I would have just there have been a few of them on the
back
field
throwing
now.
Willis all the way down the far side. Malik Farha trying to get that, and that's going to be a touchdown. As all the way out, that was a throw to Nate Sidney. And boy, there were 2 defenders right there, and it was a perfect throw by Willis.
Double coverage. That was a perfect throw, dude. You can beat a throw like that, right? But just the back shoulder, just let it right where he needed to be. I mean, Jang's pursuit angle could have been marginally better, but at the same time,
Al Kakani was right by him, and Malik Farha came over.
Or Mar Farha, rather.
Yeah, and that was, but now 1-point lead for Huron. They're going to try and make it 2 on the extra point. Holder is Johnson. I believe the kicker is trying to get that as that's up, and that is going to be through. So was that Kerr? That was Kerr. Or excuse me, Taylor, Devin Taylor, who put it through. That was number 25. And that makes it 7-5. So Huron takes the lead, 2-point lead. And now Pioneer's offense is going to have to make something happen here.
Yeah, man, it's always kind of been like what these games have always been about. We always see the defense make really good plays, but when you try and do that bend don't break, sometimes some cracks emerge, and every now and then, exactly they're trying to score 2, and look what happened. They scored the football into the end zone. So at this point, your offense has got to pick up. You've got to make something happen. Maybe go for a deep shot yourself or a little bit of trickeration, whatever you need to do to set the tone early, because you don't want to be down against a rival. That's where these kids can start to really beat themselves up.
So the big play is cashed in by Huron. Nice long. That was a 47-yard pass by Willis.
No kidding. The max preps, or the huddle rather, will surely have that one as the thumbnail, we'll say. That was real nice.
Back to kick away is Shama, excuse me. Raises the right hand. Shama kicks it away, and there's a whistle. And it was to the up back, but it looks like that's going to be offside on the kickoff, so that's going to back him up 5 yards.
Good eye, ref. I did not see that. So, you will play football properly. Even though the kick was just kind of a squib kick to the up back, they're going to call the false start here. And, hey, when you're talking about field position, especially in a low-scoring game so far, that matters.
Every 5 yards matters.
Every 5 yards matters, dude. So, could this be the break Pioneer needs?
10-19 left to go here in the second, 7-5. Huron has taken the lead on their last offensive possession. Pioneer has had a field goal on an offensive possession, that turnover. Again, step back. Shama. Set back as he's standing right at the 30, raises that left hand. Puts his right foot into it as end over end kick. That comes all the way back. That picked up on the near side as racing ahead with it. Over through the 30, down past the 35 as crashing down just shy of the 40-yard line.
What a nice run from Rendleman there, man.
Yeah, Rendleman coming out and doing a fantastic job on that.
Haven't called his number a lot, but Maybe we should be, because he had some real nice speed right there from the get-go. Just cut through a lot of defenders. Whenever you're starting drives on the 40-yard line, there's nothing to be mad about.
Absolutely. So Pioneer has it. 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Al Kakani remains in the backfield as the quarterback. Casares to his right. Malik Farha wide to the left. 2 receivers wide to the short side to the right. 4 down linemen, 4 Huron linebackers back about 5 yards. Man in motion. Tight now, faking the handoff. There's a flag as Malik Farha gets it. He's trying to far side, and he's going to try and tightrope up that far sideline. They're going to mark him right about the 38-yard line, maybe the 37, but a flag thrown. We'll see if that was a false start or offside.
False start on Pioneer.
So that will back Pioneer up 5 yards.
Interesting play call there. I was kind of confused what they're looking for on the end there. I thought it was going to be a pass from Farha, but, you know, there's an alignment upfield, and you didn't really see, like, it kind of looked like the wide receivers were not really blocking, but, like, kind of just getting out, and it kind of just left, like, 5 defenders there to get murdered by, or to murder Malik Farha. So, but nevertheless, that play is gone for here first, and they're 2nd and 15 now.
3 receivers wide to the left, shotgun formation. Casares back with Al Kakani. Safety is about 15 yards back. They have 3 high. Al Kakani rolling to the left. Al Kakani looking downfield, throws out that way. Is that caught? As Paul McDonald has it, they're going to say that's a catch right at the 49-yard line. That was right behind the Pioneer player, so I could not see if he brought it in, but he did.
Yeah, I did not see anything. We have to see the replay on that one, but hey, that's a nice catch, man, and a nice rollout there from Al Kakani as well. As we see him rolling out here in the pocket, throwing off his back foot, and wow, what a phenomenal catch there from 13 right on the line.
Paul McDonald right there and able to get a foot down. Only 1 foot in high school.
Making this so much more manageable now of a 3rd down here than it would have
I
been
formation, 2 wide. Casares the deep back. Paul McDonald is the up back, hand off to Casares. Casares weaving his way up past the 50 down to the 45-yard line. Good blocking up front. They'll get Pioneer a 1st down.
Yeah, a real nice gut run there. Saw the kick out block there from the left guard, kind of bump into the quarterback actually too, unfortunately. But hey, exactly, whatever, man, whatever works. As long as that football's getting down the field, lineman, you can do whatever you want, man. As long as you're blocking your opponents for sure.
9:27 left to go here in the second. 7-5, 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. I formation for Pioneer. Al Kakani under center takes it. Hands off to Casares, trying the near side as he gets a couple yards before he's run out of bounds. The tackler back there was Winner. So Weiner, gain of 1 for Pioneer, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 9. His Weiner was right on top of that.
Yeah, nothing really doing there. He had exactly what he needed to be. Good job there from Weiner, covering the flat as his job is to do. Looking like 2nd and long here for the Pioneers.
They stay in I formation, 2nd and 9. And fake the handoff to Casares. Al Kakani trying to get around pressure as he comes out to the far side. Al Kakani looking downfield as he will get back to the line of scrimmage, but he has to split a pair of defenders to do that, as right on top of him was McBride and another player.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to, right at that second opportunity, like he had to kind of boot away from the player away, but he kind of had Calais right after. His man kind of went to go get the QB, but of course you're probably not thinking about throwing it there. You're probably thinking about just making some magic happen.
Yeah.
If he could have recognized that, just really dump it off to Calais. He had a real good ability, or he had some nice speed. He had the ability to get the touchdown there, but nevertheless, we move on from that. I mean, he's probably just worried that he has to do something.
Might have been a called run even. So.
Yeah, it could have been called run. That is true.
3 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Shotgun formation now for Al Kakani. They show pressure coming from the top side. Al Kakani takes it, stays in the pocket, throws wide receiver screen to the far side, as out to the 40-yard line, trying to get forward, close. Back over there, close to the 1st down marker. as I think they're going to mark it 2 yards short. Pass complete over there to Mezzago as he did a good job trying to get close.
Yeah, Mezzago's he's so good, man. I mean, what a great job from that kid. I mean, the wide receiver screens are always so scary because you always got to rely upon your opponents to block for you, or your teammates to block for you, or else you're going to get just, like, bodied to the floor. Got some great blocking up there. Made some magic happen there, too, and it looks like they're going to go for it here.
4th and 2, and they're not doing the I formation. They're staying 5 wide. Al Kakani back in shotgun formation.
It's gutsy.
It is indeed. Al Kakani, the pressure coming from the top side, and was that an offside? Yes, it is, and that's a free first down for Pioneer.
And no wonder why they were in that formation, because they're simply put, Mark, there was no play. He was going to sit there, make it look like he had no one blocking behind him, and try and get those D linemen, those linebackers hungry.
Yep.
Said, oh, and then they got him. So
that's always tough on 4th down, is because you know it's probably going to be a run. You're chomping at the bit. You want to get into that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you want to get that jump. You just want to be right there and just murder the man in front of you. But, hey, you got to remember, eye on the ball. The ball didn't move. You don't move. Unfortunately, he moved.
1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. 7:05 left to go. 7-5. Huron has the lead. Al Kakani back to pass as he scrambles to the near side, still looking downfield, scrambles to the far side. Now he throws down there, and that is intercepted. Picked up back over there, grabbing it is Nate Sidney, who scored the touchdown. Nate Sidney trying to do it again as he's past the 50, coming down the near side. He has a couple of men to beat, and Malik Farha able to get the shoestring tackle as that ball loose, but they're going to mark him down. As Nate Sidney, it was Al Kakani trying to make something happen. He motioned his receiver down and just couldn't get it over the DB.
Remember what I was talking about? Oh, he had Calais on the outside after the scramble earlier? That's what he thought he had, too. He thought he had Calais on that exact same side after the scramble. Unfortunately, he also had number 4 right there. So, actually, that was not number. That was
Casares was trying to get that.
Yeah, that's true. So, nevertheless, what a great pick there from number 4 on Huron. Can't complain about that if you're on that side.
He saw it, he dropped back, he got high-pointed the ball.
Exactly, high-pointed the ball. And you know what? You got to count the defense here, man. Don't want to lose the city. Some of those back-breaking interceptions can really, really, really screw over momentum.
Block in the back was called, so that's going to come way back.
Oh, okay.
So that is going to be something and that's tough as you're a defender, and all of a sudden you're trying to block, and it's not something you do often if you're not playing both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it happens.
And it's easy to just get a little enthusiastic. And now that's going to happen. Of course, that was after the turnover, but before the first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line for Huron. So Pioneers defense has some room to work to try and get this Huron offense off the field. 6:41 left to go here before halftime. 7-5. Huron with the lead and the ball. Willis in as he has 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Jones appears to be the back of the backfield. Man in motion, Willis, and that's a whistle. And that's going to get shut down. False start. That's going to back Huron up 5 yards. There is a gorgeous harvest moon just right over by the light pole over on that far side.
Yes, exactly.
It is, what a picturesque evening here at Hallway Field.
It's fall weather, man.
Absolutely.
I don't know what weapons World War IV will be fought with, but World War III, as the saying goes, happens every Friday night in the fall here in the great state of Michigan, as we have our beautiful high school football match in front of us. And, you know, it's just picturesque. There you go. First try,
absolutely.
You know.
A little donuts and cider here.
Exactly. I'm hungry, man.
Sorry about that. 1st and 15. Pitch out to the outside. Jones trying to find room. Nothing doing as he's taken down right at the last screw. Still pushing forward.
Nice.
As that gets back close to the original line of scrimmage, as he'll make the original line of scrimmage. It looked like they had stopped, but student body left really propelled him forward, and that was a good job to pick back up 5.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, unfortunately, I mean, I don't want to say this is turning into a laundry fest here, but we do see another penalty marker on the field, which is unfortunate here for the pace of the game. But if you're a Pioneer especially, your offense gets a little chance to catch its breath.
Personal foul, face mask.
Oh, God.
On Pioneer.
Oh, no.
That is going to be a 15-yard penalty on Pioneer. First down for Huron. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No worries. It's far more important than whatever I was going to say. But now what this does, I mean, obviously the block in the back was very crucial on that interception return, right? But I mean, now you're getting kind of close to a really good field position Huron would have had if number 4 late or with that ball would have been spotted where they're going to be. But I mean, you cannot have face masks in high school level, man. I mean, you should know when you grab on something. Oh, that is not cloth. That is metal. I'm going to let go of my grip a little bit. But obviously, you want to try and tackle the player. But you can't face mask, man. It's just a grueling. It's a grueling penalty as well. This is dangerous.
Willis has it. He'll throw all the way down on the near side as good coverage back there. James staying stride for stride back there with Rofield Jackson as Rofield Jackson was trying to get the flag. There's a better way to say that.
Yeah,
lobby for the flag. That's what I was trying to go for.
I mean, and who could blame him? James was kind of was grabbing at his jersey there a little bit. Glad the referee held the flag, as you know, kind of letting both the boys play there. And as we've seen, Huron rather going towards the deep pass, which could have been very gutsy if they got 2 of those, man. So glad that one was incomplete.
2nd and 10, handoff. Trying the far side. Willis running as he'll get a yard before he is taken down on that far side. Trying to see back over there.
Always got to be careful in
I believe that was Akram Farha on the tackle. Yes, it was.
The quarterbacks are playing really good today for Pioneer.
Yeah.
Minus the one misstep on the touchdown pass. They've been really good at picking up for the linebackers when the speediness of Huron is just a little too speedy. They are there in position and they wrap up and tackle them.
3rd and 9, pistol formation from the 48-yard line of Huron. And doing some jumping jacks down there is Rivera over on the near side. And Pioneer, we'll see if that was a false start or offsides. They're saying offsides. Pioneer will give him, it'll be 3rd and 4 for Huron.
Well, they got the boy there, someone on that D line, unfortunately. Makes this 3rd down conversion a whole lot easier.
Yeah, big difference between 3rd and 9 and 3rd and 4. The playbook opens up immensely.
Oh, yeah. Go for a run. Could go for one of those passes even. Now the defense has got to get a little crazy, man. They got to figure out what we're going to do. We're going to blitz. Can we afford to blitz? And while you're doing all that thinking, you have analysis paralysis. And now they scored a 40-yard bomb again.
Man in motion from the left. And they hand off, trying to make the move over to the near side as taken down. A couple Pioneers came in, and then a group of them with McCoy and Dumboya back there. Taken down as I believe that was White who had it. So White coming over to the near side, and good job by Pioneer to string that play out and not let them get much on it.
You know what's crazy? Farr comes in like a speeding bullet, but also like a bullet. They don't have like arms and legs like a bullet bill from Mario or something. He could have totally got a giant tackle if he just wrapped up. They tried to go for some shoulder tackle to try and get the ball out, and kind of just bounced right off him. Luckily, 11 has the football mentality, had a lot of people around that runner.
Slow him up at first and see what you can do there, and sometimes it's hard when you got that speed because you're trying not to run past them. And,
exactly,
yeah, it's difficult.
With the face mask penalty just there, you don't want to have anything unfortunate occur. You want to just.
Timeout called as Huron takes the timeout. 4th and 4. I think they might have been trying to get Pioneer to jump.
Yeah.
As you're on Pioneer side of the 50, so it's absolutely, you don't have to be Dan Campbell to go for it here. So
no, I mean, at the same time, we can give some credit to the Huron defense. They're locking up Pioneer, especially on that mid-range passing game.
Yes.
I mean, this also could be the fact that we haven't seen Cole High since the first or second drive of the game. Now, if you are a Pioneer here, you have to make sure that if they do go for it, which it looks like they probably are going to, you can't give up that play that gets them on the other line because, I mean, you just can't, man. I mean, when you're the defense. When you're known for being this real good group, your defensive coordinator, you want to keep that going. You want to keep that positive momentum for Pinckney, for possible playoffs. You want to be able to win in the city, right? Sure, there's a lot of game left, right? But these are moments that you remember, or at least you have to pretend that these kids are going to remember for a long time. Because I'm sure I've had some 4th downs when I was on the D line of freshman or JV that I don't remember. But in that moment, my life was everything. My life was that play.
4th and 4 from the Pioneer 46-yard line. Willis back, shotgun formation, back in the backfield on his left hip. Man in motion from the right to the left, and that is going to be a whistle And that looks like that's probably going to be a false start most likely. That is
Timeout again.
consecutive timeouts called by Huron.
Allowed in high school and college, so why not go for it if you really, really, really want to get this right? Call
It's
a
something
timeout.
that, you can't do it in professional football, but you can do it here. So if you see something you don't think is right, they're now down to one time or no timeouts. They've taken all of them. 6:06 left to go here before halftime. 7-5 as Pioneer had a field goal and a safety. That was a punt that snap on a punt that dribbled back through the end zone. And then Huron came down with a huge 47-yard throw to get the touchdown, and that's the big plays of the game. This is a huge time for Pioneer to try and get this stop. You want to hold them here. This will give your offense great field position and a chance to try and get this lead. You would really like to take the lead before going into the locker room for halftime.
It's almost dead quiet there in the Pioneer sideline. They got to get loud here.
Again, shotgun formation. Willis rolling to the left, looking downfield, throws it all the way down the far side, and off.
No
Did
way.
he catch it?
Yes, he did.
They say pass is complete. One-handed catch by Nate Sidney.
I am going to have to see that one
As
again.
we're going to see if we have a replay of that, as that was, it had to be one-handed as Willis rolling to his right, threw it all the way down. And, he was right there. He caught that and did not. Wow, that was impressive.
Yeah, our camera is obviously, we can't like hover over there. I'd love to see the CTN feed of that.
Willis all the way down the near side, but that play blown dead.
Yeah. We're going to have to see the CTN
False start.
play of that because
they're on the other side,
yeah,
so we
exactly.
couldn't see it from
yeah,
our side.
I wonder if that was a catch. I mean, just for me, it just doesn't really look like. Maybe the
He
referee
put
is
his
literally
one hand up and then
the
grabbed it. And
the ref is literally right there, so I just
it has to be a catch.
It has
'cause
to.
He
It has to
was
be.
looking and staring at
He's
it.
literally like 2 feet away from him. Surely.
Yeah, Nate Sidney with
Exactly.
2 huge receptions
Yeah.
so far
if,
for Huron.
if there's a player of the game here, is Nate Sidney. That guy's a stud.
5:50 and counting here. Huron is right inside the red zone. All right, at the 19-yard line. What did Tom Brady keeps on calling it, the red area? I think,
He
or
calls
something
it,
like
yes, because Belichick calls it the red area. That's
Okay,
why.
okay.
Yes, he calls it the red area. That's true.
All right, there you go. 2 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Man in motion from left to the right. Willis takes it back. He throws it right to Jones as he's down to the 10, down to the 5, and touchdown. I believe. Yep, touchdown.
Yep.
That makes it now Huron. 2 touchdowns as they will take the 13-5 lead. 8-point lead, trying to make a 9-point lead here.
And that is so rough, man, because these D linemen are probably getting a little mad. You had some crazy plays not go their way, and it's just a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah.
The blockers didn't even have to block. It's just their presence alone and the fact that half the population of the school was behind the line of scrimmage when that quarterback threw the ball. You ain't got no one over there to make a play. When you are a defensive player, obviously you got to identify the screen, but you probably sent a few more than you needed to on that play. You're not there to be able to make the screen.
Kerr puts the kick up, and the kick is good, 14-5. So Pioneer scores the first 5 points, and Huron storms back with 2 really, really good offensive drives to make it 14-5.
This is getting scary if you're Pioneer, man.
It is. You don't want Huron to take too much momentum into halftime. You really, really, as Pioneer, you really want to at least get 3 on your next drive to try and make something positive happen before you go into the locker room for halftime.
Yes, exactly. Frankly, you really want to have 6 points here too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's about the battle of the very unsung battle of the mental aspect of the rivalry game. We see it whenever we would watch as kids or as young adults, we'd watch the Lions get bodied by the Packers by Favre and Rodgers. We just know that, oh my God, it's happening again. Oh my God, it's happening again. Oh my God, Mark, is it happening again?
Yeah.
Is Huron, this frisky, fighty team, going to put the nail in Pioneer's playoff hopes? That simply cannot occur, man. If you are the Pioneer players, you've got a statement to make. if you want to,
You have 5 wins. You want to get to 6. 6 wins should be good enough for
Yes.
the playoffs. You need to win this game or the next against Pinckney. And Pinckney's no slouch either.
no,
Not to
for
mention
sure.
you want this one because you're going to hear about it around town for
Exactly,
a year.
bro. The Snapchat stories.
The kick, low, squib kick, picked up, trying to come forward with it is Bradley. Bradley has it right at the 35-yard line, still trying to get forward. They'll get him out to about the 36-yard line before he's pushed back. Yeah, they're going to mark at 35.
Maybe it would have been more aerodynamic if he didn't have that big old hoodie on, bro.
Well,
See?
but he's warm and ready to go,
That
and
is true.
he's loose and ready to have
the,
the
the
movement.
fire in his belly is ready to ignite. So I guess there's a little bit of a trade-off there, unfortunately.
Absolutely. And not everyone works well in 20-degree weather with the open sleeves
That's
and the
like-
short
like
sleeves.
Exactly.
I'm sure that was your forte, right?
Yeah, dude, I thought I was very cool with the mental aspect. Oh, I gotta look. I have to have short sleeves in the super cold games. But
I get it.
It was mostly just me being dumb.
I get it.
It was cool though.
I get it. Absolutely. 3 receivers still left. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Pioneer down 14-5. As Al-Kakani takes it, he's going to run to the near side, breaks a tackle, trying to get forward. He'll get out to about the 42, 43-yard line before taken down. As, again, Nate Sidney right there, one of the first 2, Al-Kakani.
There's gonna be a holding on Pioneer here.
Holding as that will back up Pioneer 10 yards. Well, again, it's going to be difficult because you probably practiced all week with Highs, and we really hope he's all right. But you practice all week with him, and there's things you can do with him that you can't do with other people. And all of a sudden, you have to call on one of your wide receivers. Al Kakani is doing great to step into a very tough position, but it's not easy.
Yeah, man, and there's an opportunity here to make a megastar. To make the opportunity that you remember for rest of life. People to tell like your family and your friends when you're older. Bro, remember that one time I used to play quarterback and then our quarterback got uninjured and he got injured again and now I came in to save the day. I want to be able to say that. I hope he does too. It's just these life-making, these memory-making opportunities here, especially when you're going against like across the river rival here, like where Huron always is. Make some memories and make some magic happen here.
Shotgun formation. Al Kakani calls for the snap. Steps back, rolls to his right. Al Kakani looking downfield. And out.
I don't even know if he got that ball behind farther than the line of scrimmage.
I think they're going to mark that right about the 28-yard line, so that's going to be 2nd and 20.
Yep.
4:44 left to go. Man, those holdings are really tough because those can be big-time drive killers.
Exactly, man. As we've seen a few times. While we haven't seen the comedically large amount of penalties like we did the last game, the penalties, even on both sides, how like unfortunate they have been for the team that's getting penalized, have really been sung here.
Hand off over to the near side as McCoy out to the 30, breaks it down to the 35 before taking down right about. As they'll get him out to about the 36-yard line.
Ball came out briefly there, but thankfully the oblong-shaped ball lived with the bounce towards the sideline. So no costly mistake there for the time being.
So that will bring up 3rd and 12 for Pioneers. So they get 8 back, which is huge. They get a little make it a little bit more manageable.
Or they just take a shot here to Menzago or to Falak Farha. I mean,
Menzago to the left, Farha wide to the right. Paul McDonald comes in as it's I formation. Al Kakani under center. Looking to blitz up the middle is Huron. At least that's what they're showing. Pioneer calls a timeout is again a little late substitution, trying to bring in, and you got to get the defense a chance to change and just discretion, better part of valor. Call a timeout, make sure you get things right because you really would love to. It's not an easy conversion, but you'd love to get this conversion and take the best opportunity you can with this.
Yeah, it looked like after they called the hike, they both all did like kind of like the Seinfeld look at the camera, like, huh? Because it looked like there maybe not have been a play there. Look, he was trying to get Huron offside, and even with the fullback coming and scrambling late, like, oh my god, I gotta get there. Like he's the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland who was gonna be late. mean, he got there on time, I guess, with regards to the ball being snapped.
He got there in it, and that's impressive. And it's always tough when you're going. I mean, they have run a lot more. I haven't really seen much I formation up until this game.
I don't think I've seen a lot of McDonald in there, like with that 3-point stance as well in the backfield, almost looking like a jet D end. In the backfield there. I don't really see them do that a lot. So I guess it's just perhaps just a scouting report here. Maybe they're working a lot of hikes in the eye.
3rd and 12. Shotgun formation. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. As Al-Kakani has room to go, but taken down. Oh, it looked like it was open, but a really, really good play out there as he was taken down by Winner.
You know, I know he's not a quarterback by trade, we'll say, but he's the quarterback we have right now. I would love it if he stayed in the pocket just a little bit more, try and let that develop the tiniest bit. And that wasn't the most perfect blocking from the Pioneer O-line, but just a little bit more before you go out and scramble, because perhaps that hole develops a little more.
It looked like it was a lot of room, and I don't think he saw that player shifting over to his right, so it looked like there was a lot of green grass. But boy, that was really a good play by the defense to close that up quick.
Yeah, and unfortunately here you're going to have to punt, and there's a perfect opportunity for another patented Huron at deep ball.
Up high, that punt back deep is that will hit. Lowenschitz trying to get to it. That will roll back to the 25, maybe the 24-yard line, where Pioneer will have it and touch it and make it dead there. So that is going to be 1st and 10 for Huron, as they'll have it right at their own 23-yard line. They have a lot of green grass in front of them. Pioneer has an opportunity here. They can get their offense another shot at this, but they got to get a stop here.
Yeah, the front 7 from Huron is playing really hot.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, a lot of what we saw from Al-Kakani and Farha on those games where they started a QB was their ability to make chicken salad out of chicken, whatever. And when that pocket kind of collapses, they can scramble, get some positive yardage. Those scrambling, like Mahomesy and Jacksonian, like, abilities, they're kind of getting shut down by this front 7. You got to give little brother credit where it's due, man. And if you're Pioneer, get a little scared.
As Willis up to the line of scrimmage, he's looking to the sideline, trying to get the play. No timeouts for Huron. They have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
There's 10 people on the field. They're missing a whole lineman.
Well, that's not a good thing.
Big fella, get
delay
on the field,
a game
bro.
called. That's gonna push them back, because again, they did not have a timeout to call there. So that's going to be a delay a game. That's going to back them up to the. Let me do some math. 18-yard line. So 1st and 15 from the 18. Unfortunately, last time they lost a little bit. They had a big offensive play right after that.
That is true. Surely it will not happen again.
Willis in the backfield takes it from shotgun. Now rolls to his right. Willis taking off and running, and a good tackle back there is Newman.
Told you.
Got him right at that line of scrimmage. They're going to give him 2 yards. So they'll get him out to the 21-yard line. So that's going to be 2nd and 13 for Huron. With 3:10 left to go here before halftime. Clock counting 14-5. Huron with the lead. They have the ball as they're trying to get to 3-5 on the season. And more importantly, they don't care about the record if they can. I mean, they care about, but they want to win this game probably more right now.
Okay.
As they're huddled up, still taking a fair amount of time. Again, no play clock, as many high schools do not have a play clock. So the officials keep that on the field.
And he was sure keeping it on the field as that laundry flies up. I was like, wait a minute, what is the holdup there? And there is, in fact, another delay of game.
So that's going to back them up. That takes a 2nd and 13, and that's going to back it up to a 2nd and 18. So Huron going the wrong way. That also stops the clock for Pioneer, gives them a little bit more time.
Wait, waiting on another player from the line again? That's fun. I think they're waiting for another player on the sideline once again to come on in.
Well, it's one of those things where I wonder if there's some injuries or something that, the substitutions isn't as clear as it might be.
Maybe.
Willis back in shotgun formation. Takes it, throws, wide receiver screen as Nate Sidney bouncing off tackles. Finally taken down back out there. Newman again with a solid tackle right at about the 25-yard line. But, boy, Nate Sidney, dangerous player.
Guy's so good, man.
That's going to make it 3rd and 9 there. Pioneer calls the timeout. They want to conserve this because they want as much time as they can. Because, again, they want to get this to a single-score game, if at all possible, before halftime. So,
yeah, there's no better way to do that than to make a stop right here. Nevertheless, force a takeaway as well. Haven't seen that word come out for the Pioneer defense here in a while. Saw a handful of those early in the other games. You're due for one here. Maybe an interception, maybe a bit of a fumble recovery. I don't know. As we see a little bit of a, not distress, but a little bit of a confusion here on the Pioneer, or the Huron side. Either was some penalties on the needing to sub in players who were injured, or maybe just a little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah.
Are they a little comfortable? Are they just a little confused, a little tired? I don't know. Got to capitalize on something. Capitalize on this.
They, again, embracing spooky season with a little thriller playing throughout the crowd here as we'll have the Pioneer Marching Band's halftime show. 1 wide to the right, 3 to the left. Jones in the backfield, man in motion. Man taken, Willis looking to his left. Willis, he's rolling out to the left, now rolls to the right, trying to find room. Who else? Newman taking him down without Kakani. That's 3 straight tackles for Newman. You got to love that.
Exactly, man. He's remembering that. He's counting, that's for sure. Unfortunately, as it looks like, we have never mind. I was going to say we have a player on the field, but in fact we do not. As Menzago, or Demboya rather, just pops on up. It's like, oh, I forgot, I'm not injured.
Well, that's always a good thing. So that's going to bring up 4th and 10 from the 24-yard line. Or that's right around the 21-yard line, excuse me.
Do you see Heiss on the
I haven't seen him on the sideline at all.
I assume they might be declaring him out for the game.
Yeah, unfortunately. We really hope he'll be all right. We don't want to see any of these players injured, especially your signal caller who, when he's been in there, has really, really been a difference maker. He just
no kidding,
it's been tough keeping him in there. That's just unfortunate, and you hope he heals up and is okay.
Yeah, he's 10th grader, so he's got plenty of ball left to be played. But here on senior night, you don't got a lot of ball left to be played for some of these 12th graders. Trying to look at the roster, who we got: Demboya, Farah, Alkakani, Farah, Akram rather. Just saying, Gary, Menzago, Jang, and Lowenchich. They're all of your team leaders here.
Yeah.
This is their last home game.
Absolutely. All the way back, looking to kick it away. I believe that's Carr back there.
Saying back to receive on the 50-yard line.
Yep, sitting right at the 50-yard line with those big pink sleeves. And
what else is due, Mark? Penalty marker on the field.
So, by the way, that's Jones back, and he is a running back, so he also punts. So you wouldn't figure they'd risk a fake punt at this point in time, at this point in the field, but you got to keep that in mind.
It'd be funny, though. You would certainly be
we'd definitely be twisting the knife. I'll give it that.
Losing the field position battle, we'll say. However, I hope they do, because it would be very funny if they were to not get the 12 yards they need.
As Jones back again.
Never mind.
Jan Sane right at the 50, floats over. He'll let that hit, and it takes a Pioneer bounce down to the 41-yard line, and Pioneer will start there. 1 minute 34 seconds left to go here before halftime. 14-5 as Huron has the lead. Pioneer has excellent field position, though, trying to make something happen before halftime.
Yeah, they're the best field position they've had in quite a long time here. Got to make some magic happen on this particular drive. I really think if Pioneer can get, especially with 1:34 left in the half mark, if you gotta have that goldfish memory, right? Just like what's his name used to say. So you need to have as we do have a player
Is that Akram
down.
Farhad down back right at the 10-yard line. There's a flag down there as well, it looks like. A little piece of laundry, but most importantly, we want to make sure that Akram's all right, as he and Malik, both seniors, their last home game.
Twins?
I believe, yeah. as they both walked out for the senior celebration. By the way, we did get that, so if you want to watch the senior celebration after the game is over, the game will be available on demand shortly thereafter. You can go back, watch, and we made sure to broadcast that. So check that out and get a moment to celebrate the seniors as
Exactly.
he has not gotten up off of his back. Now he is. Again, yeah, that is absolutely Akram Farha. So we don't want to see any of these players injured, but it's especially not fun on senior night.
I will say, however, I mean, well, this certainly is not a pick me up as Akram's still on the turf there. Oh my gosh. If you could score here, which is hoping that you certainly could, the end zone is not that far away, we'll say.
Yeah.
Then
Akram is up and walking off the field, so
Beautiful.
that's very good.
What are you going to remember if you're a player? Are you going to remember all those drives that stalled near the 30, 40-yard line? No. You're going to remember, oh, yeah, we just scored against these jabronis. We're 2 points down. We're going to push. We're going to drive the ball through their throat. We're going to win this game. That's what you're going to remember. You remember a completely different feel if you score this touchdown here, Mark. You don't remember anything else, but we've got this fighting chance.
Are they going to re-kick this ball? Because they have the ball set back right around the 7-yard line. And I don't know if that was a holding. I did not see the call, but
I believe that it looks like they're going to re-kick the ball here. I didn't know. Surprised they didn't just elect to give the field position there to the end of the kick. But maybe they're hoping for a good return or even a block. I don't know. Maybe it was what the penalty was supposed to be.
Trying to make sure Jones is back as he's standing in his own end zone.
Does it happen again?
That wouldn't mind another 2 points. As Jones gets it, he kicks it. High kick as that floats over, hits at the 30. Again, takes a Pioneer bounce right about the 25-yard line. And 1 minute, 25 seconds left to go. As Pioneer has fantastic field position. And now Pioneer fans just hoping, keeping their fingers crossed, that they can punch this into the end zone.
25-yard line is. Bro, I want to start my drives at the 25-yard line. What the heck? Why couldn't I do this happen to me?
I believe this is pretty much in Jang's field goal range already.
Yeah, no kidding. Dude, he can get it from the 35-yard line. Just kick it here.
Yeah.
I mean, given you move the ball back to your opponent
Malik
here.
Farha coming out. Is he going to be? Malik Farha is now going to be in shotgun formation.
All right.
3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Malik Farha, again, Pioneer making do, having a couple wide receivers doing amazing work stepping into play quarterback as Highs was hurt. Malik Farha, quick throw as he gets to Colias. Colias down right about to the 11-yard line. That is a first down. That will stop the clock as they reset the chains. 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go as now it starts to go.
The clock has not stopped, by the way. Oh, well.
It's also not our standard clock operator. It's someone who's doing the music and the clock and everything. So Malik Farha he's going to run to the near side. Malik Farha cuts the middle as he will charge through, and he'll get into the end zone. Malik Farha as he has a pass to Colias and then a run up the middle, skittering and scattering down and in. And boy, that really... Again, we talked about how important it was, and that brings the crowd back to life. Yes. That is going to make the halftime so much better in that locker room for Pioneer.
Exactly, man. What are you going to remember? Are you going to remember the pain and misery? Oh, my God, we had those 2 giant passes from Huron. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the pain. No, you're going to remember the touchdown you just scored. You remember that amazing juke that Farah just got. And I think you're going to remember this as we go home as a Pioneer victory that can carry us momentum, Mark, to the next half.
Jang set to kick it. Snap is down, kick is up. Kick is good, and by the way, Lowenschich, a good job because that was a little high on the snap, and he got that down really well.
Point the ball.
Absolutely, that's a very important part that's often overlooked.
Exactly. Yeah, the holder is very, very important. I mean, probably if you had like a Sporkle quiz of all the positions on a football team, you probably don't put holder as one of them, or maybe it's the one with like 0.2%. But yeah, I mean, you have to have a good holder, or else you can't get all these kicks. What good is a good kicker if you can't get a good guy to hold the ball? Good job there from Lowenspitz doing his unsung job.
Love the little Sporkle trivia shout out there.
Exactly.
All my knowledge is pretty much trivial, so I'm not good at trivia, but my knowledge is all trivial.
That's true. How many like random Sporkle quizzes has my girlfriend made me sit through? Oh, I bet you. Oh, I know you like football. Oh, here's every starting quarterback from 2016 and week 7. And unfortunately, I got almost all of them. So I think I'm in too deep. The ball literally has become life.
Well, this happens to the best of us.
Or all WWE champions from before 2007 or something like that, or country, or former Soviet Union states, or whatever.
As the ball's set at the 40, Jang back, 51 seconds left to go. So Pioneers defense is going to want to make sure they hold tight, because Huron would love to get a long pass again and get that momentum right back. Pioneer runs up, then steps back.
They should do that again twice in a row.
As that's kicked away, and that's a low line drive squib kick picked up by the up back, trying to make it over to the near side, and good job.
Punch that,
Houston McCoy taking it, and he'll run him back, and good job to let go, as that was picked up by the up back. That was Rivera who grabbed it. By the way, if you do listen to the CTM broadcast, they despise that, that run up before the kickoff.
It's grown on me. I mean, I think what's grown on me most.
Hey, it works for Pioneer, and someday it'll be a onside kick.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think that I do enjoy it. I enjoy the fanfare that comes with me hating it a little more than I actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
But surely, if they were to actually get the onside kick and recover it,
yeah.
Oh, I've been a believer this whole time, bro. It's been a bit. Trust me.
Huron will take over. They have the 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Set and ready to go as Willis lone back in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 2 tight to the line of scrimmage, 2 to the right. Man in motion from the right to the left, faking the handoff, pressure coming, batted away as Napier was coming down on top of him. He tried to shovel pass, and that was a Dikembe Mutombo block as get the little finger waving there.
Yeah, exactly. The old NBA, I was going to say the old blocked by James there. But, especially because they got.
I think that was McCoy who got that block.
Yeah, because good job for McCoy. I mean, that they got just absolutely just eaten alive by that screen earlier, way up there by the end zone earlier. That certainly they've learned from their lesson. When the linemen are going to get up there, they at least have to be aware.
Willis rolls to his left, pressure coming, trying to get away. No place to go. Taken down back there. Dumboya first to him, and the Pioneer defense licking their chops and trying to go into halftime with some good momentum.
No kidding, dude. Miss Patty there on the sideline, hyping up the people. Oh my gosh,
What a change of momentum in the last couple minutes.
Exactly. All you got to do is just score one time and just, Jesus is risen. It's just like everything. Life is good. War is over. There's peace on earth. Football is here. It just moves. It's so much like mental aspect of football. It's so unsung.
Shotgun formation. Willis back. Willis throws a long bomb down the near side. And really, who had position back there? As that was all the way out as Rendelman had position. It almost looked like Huron had to come back and try and defend that pass. So Rendelman closest to it. That will do it for halftime. As we're going to take a moment here. We're going to have the band on in a moment, but before we quickly switch over to our field, Mike, any thoughts on that first half besides, thank gosh, Pioneer down by 2, 14-12, but boy, does it feel so much better than it did before they scored that touchdown.
It's homecoming. It's party time. You just got to make sure that you make these halftime adjustments. You're getting a little tired. No, it's been late. It's a Friday night. You've had a whole week of school. Probably waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, eating lunch at 10:20. You just move forward. You do that again. You carry that momentum, and then you're on to the promised land.
So we'll turn it over to the band as here's halftime.
Get ready to rock. Welcome to tonight's halftime show. Symphony Band and from head-burning riffs to timeless melodies, we've got it all for you. So crank up your air guitars, put on those concert keys, and let's guitars, powerful horns, and a rhythm that's about to take you all aboard this crazy train. Conducting the band in her final game as drum major, please welcome Valentina Carpasi as the band starts the show with a bang. Next up, we're bringing some high voltage energy with AC/DC's classic hit, Back in Black. The Pioneer Marching Band is about to turn up the volume, bringing you that heavy rock sound that gets your heart pumping and feet moving. It's bold, it's brash, and it's totally unforgettable. Let's rock and roll. Conducting the band is this year's assistant drum major, Michael Wu. globe for a little musical adventure. Up next, it's the chart-topping hit Africa by Toto. This song's iconic drums and sweeping melodies have made it a timeless favorite, and the Pioneer High School Marching Band is ready to transport you to a world of rhythm and harmony. Sing along if you know the words. Performance with a true rock masterpiece. It's Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, the song that has it all, rock, opera, and everything in between. From a soaring trumpet solo to a powerful drumline, this legendary anthem will leave you wanting more. Don't be shy to belt out those famous lyrics. Is this real life, or is this just fantasy? Pioneer High, take it away. Tonight, the Pioneer Bands honor and celebrate our seniors, the class of 2025. Starting at the north end of the field, we proudly introduce Luke Ankeny, who plays tenor in the marching band, drumline, and percussion in concert band. Valentina Carcassi, our amazing drum major, and plays trombone in concert band. Rashika Chande plays flute in marching band and concert band. Wenda Chung plays clarinet in marching band and in concert band. Ian Chung performs in the color guard and marching band and flute in concert band. Oliver Cook plays clarinet in both the marching and concert bands. Joshua Corcoran plays piccolo and marching band, flute, alto, saxophone, and clarinet in concert bands, and alto, saxophone, and jazz band. Graham Corey plays euphonium in marching band and French horn in concert band. Josh Potts plays alto saxophone in marching band and concert band, and baritone saxophone in jazz band. Lyndon Dibble plays alto saxophone in marching band, baritone saxophone in concert, and alto saxophone in jazz band. Pierce Donovan plays sousaphone in marching band and trumpet in concert band and jazz band. Henry Eckhouse plays mellophone in marching band and French horn in concert band. Hadley Fine plays trombone in both the marching and concert bands. George Frost plays trumpet in marching band and concert band. Natalie Guo performs in the color guard in marching band and plays flute in concert band. Irene Kim performs in the color guard and marching band and plays flute in concert band. Mallory King plays euphonium in marching band and concert band. Dorothy Lee performs in the color guard and marching band and plays flute and piccolo in the concert band. Ashton Maddock plays trumpet in marching band, concert band, and jazz band. Frederick Morse plays trombone in marching and concert band. Anders Nicklebus plays trumpet in marching band and concert band. Rico Nunn plays trombone in marching band, concert band, and jazz band. Kieran Korek plays euphonium in marching band and concert band and trombone and jazz band. Jay Sakar plays alto saxophone in marching band, bass, clarinet in concert band, and tenor saxophone in jazz band. Theo Scott plays sousaphone in marching band and tuba in concert band. McKenna Seiler plays alto saxophone in marching band and concert band. Rachel Strower plays alto saxophone in marching band and concert band. Reese Taylor plays drums in jazz band. Nick Turin plays bass in the marching band drumline and percussion in concert band. Timothy Wang plays alto saxophone in marching and concert band. Malia Weber performs in the color guard in marching band and plays flute in concert band. Alita Yu plays mellophone in marching band and French horn in concert band. Benjamin Zelinsky plays guitar in jazz band. Congratulations to all of our seniors. Let's make some noise for the Pioneer Class of 2025.
Let me switch mics so we can bring Ryan back on here. As that is there, that is going to be here. And as we take a look, there it is. I couldn't find my head if it wasn't attached at times, but that's okay. So wonderful job by the Pioneer Marching Band, and thank you to all those seniors as well. And we do want to really quickly thank the sponsors. So silver sponsors are Big George, Homes Appliance Park, Calder's Dairy, Planet Fitness, Ron's Garage, Sotini Sub Shop, Varsity Ford, and Woodshed. Pioneer would also like to thank the following gold sponsors: Bush's Fresh Food Mart, Tasty's Burgers. We do want to thank everyone who donated to the Food Gatherers fundraiser and brought non-perishable food for tonight. If you want to participate, if you want to donate, go to foodgatherers.org to make your donation. Every donation makes a difference in our community. And again, never great to have food insecurity, but especially coming up in the winter times and the holidays, it especially is poignant then.
Giving back to the community, man, is just a gracious thing. You know, it's all about everyone, right? It's about the kids. It's about the community. I mean, college football is really a celebration of, or high school football, rather, it's really a celebration of the community, what you can really build as a team, because you really have a lot more in common than you don't have in common, man. And you don't know, like, what people are going through. I mean, I'm a middle school social studies teacher in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. There are some students at the school that I teach. I don't think that I have any of them that literally are homeless. And it's crazy. I mean, I am not homeless. I mean, I cannot pretend to know what that life is like. So being able to give back to the community by any means necessary, you know, I mean, whether a lot or a little, goes a long way. We want to have a positive, welcoming community.
Absolutely. We appreciate that, and I always appreciate these events that you bring everyone together, try and help those who there but the grace of God go I. So as everyone getting ready, as their Pioneer is going to kick off for the second half, so Huron will receive. So they have an opportunity to try and turn around this momentum. But it's up to the Pioneer defense to set the tone on this first drive and really get a big stop here and keep that momentum going. They had a great job ending with the touchdown and then the great defensive stop there. Now they need to continue it.
Yeah, the second half of a high school football game, it always lasts, like, less time, just physical time than the first half goes. It just seems to always be that way, whether time's flying by because you're running the ball because you're up 45 points, or, you know, nevertheless, just generally teams to clean up penalties and costly mistakes near the end of the game because they've been playing for a while. They kind of know what's going on here. And, you know, when you have a 2-point deficit, it's a field goal away, it's a safety to tie, and, you know, you're right on the doorstep. You're still technically losing. So you still have to have that fire in your stomach. But unfortunately, you might not have that fire in your stomach because you're probably going to halftime all hyped up because you had not only that big, great touchdown mark, but those really good sacks right to end the game. You're jumping for joy. Sacks are so euphoric, man, especially for the D lineman. I mean, and so, but you can't get cocky. You got to stay humble to the point of, like, oh, yeah, it's still a football game, man. I still got to have a bunch of action on the field if I want to win this game because I'm still losing. Right now, you're a loser. Do you want to be a winner? I know you do. So clean it up. Stay focused. Focus needs to be the key word here. They're probably running their mouth. Both sides are probably running their mouth because they probably know each other from going to middle school together half the time.
Indeed.
So you just stay focused, man. If you can stay focused, do your job, all the pieces will align so much smoother, man.
The question is, how many of these young folk were on the Michigan Wolves together and whatnot back then?
Exactly, or WJF or something like that. Yeah,
absolutely. So it's you know each other, and you want to get this because you don't want to run into each other around town and hear about how you lost that rivalry game.
Exactly.
All set. Is Pioneer ready to kick off? Jang has it set at the 40. Huron comes out. Pioneer going from right to left here in this third quarter, down 2 points, 14-12. Again, an interesting score was Pioneer getting a field goal to start things off. Then they had a safety that was a Huron punt that the snap went through the end zone. That gave them 5. Huron had 2 touchdowns to make it 14-5. Then Pioneer came back when Malik Farha ran it in for a touchdown, and the extra point was good to make it 12-14. Now Jang looking to kick it off as Pioneer will run to the line typically, then back off, spread out, kick it again.
CJ's favorite play.
Stop. They'll step back. They'll spread it out. And now Jang will kick it off. 5 players to either side. That ball comes all the way deep over to the near side. Kicked up there, out to the 15, out to the 20. As Graham taken down back there as Henley and McCoy got him right about the, they're going to mark it just past the 20-yard line, right about the 23-yard line.
Real nice energy, man, from our defensive players. This the gunners going down the field. Just I always love being on scout team kickoff team to go and tackle. I don't know why. It was a very late development in my football career, like late in my senior year, where I really loved like when they would call people to go when they're practicing kick return. I always go up there, I just run my heart out and try my best to just have some fun out there. And I was like, whoa, slow down. But it's actually when you can get people to just jolt like their life depends on it, to pretend that they're no longer alive but a sentient bullet, it gets really fun. And also, when you brought up this field position battle, it really counts.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line for Huron. Willis, pistol formation. Jones back behind him. They have a man in motion.
Wow.
Hand off to Jones and taken down as Napier was at the point of the handoff. Took him down. No gain. Have him right at the 20.
I mean, he body slammed him like John Cena. I mean, right here, he just picks him up and throws him to the down.
Or excuse me, that's a loss of 3. Forgive me.
Yeah, and it looks like they tried to have the numbers 58 on the center for Huron. Just the back block, just really left the wide open area just to run up the A gap and just delete him.
Feltner, as there is a flag on the play.
Gotta watch the ball, man.
Offside. So that's going to give 5 yards. So it takes a 2-yard loss and turns it into 2nd and 7 and really keeps them on schedule and gets them a 3-yard gain. Now Willis alone in the back. They have 2 receivers stacked to the left, tight to line of scrimmage. 2 wide to the right. That's the short side. Pioneer shows blitz on the near side. As they held that for a long time as Willis had the RPO there, and he held it in the running back's belly for what seemed to be forever and then pulled it.
Yeah, something like the Army or Navy playbook where you're just running with the up back, or not the up back, the half back, just to try and see if any deception can meet the late pull. But at the same time, this front 7 of Pioneer is just so clean. They identified that, they wrapped up and tackled them down for a very short game.
3rd and 6 from the 27-yard line. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. As the cornerback's staying fairly tight to line of scrimmage, close to press coverage. Willis in shotgun formation, takes it. Willis rolling to his right. Willis looking downfield, throws a bullet and can't hang on as Akram Farha, who was down for a while before halftime. We're glad to see him out there. And speaking of a bullet, he came in, big hit, jarred that ball loose.
Yeah, that big hit, exactly what you need to do. Football, it's a physical game. And when you can play physical like that, especially right after getting injured, boom, right there, that would have been the first. That would have been the first down, man. That would have been the first down in some. But now they're gonna have to punt and look at that score, man. You're down 2 points. Exactly what you need to have happen. You're breathing a little. I mean, as long as Jan Saint doesn't muff this punt or anything. Trust me.
Every play is dangerous. But yeah, Jones back there. 10:25 left to go here in the third. 14-12.
He's sitting pretty.
Huron has the lead. They're punting it away as that high kick. As that will come down, hit right at the 45-yard line and go out there. So Pioneer will start on the Huron side of the 50. Good starting field position for this Pioneer offense.
Yeah, when you can start on the 44-yard line of your opponent, I mean, the field position game, Pioneer is always having really short fields and haven't really been capitalizing off those short fields since the very last time they scored, which was on they started the 25-yard line, off the punt.
Yep.
I mean, punting is very dangerous. I couldn't punt like that. But if you're only getting a few punts, a few yards off the punt, you're really going to have to capitalize. You need to make sure you can get that ball down the field enough to where it's not a ridiculously short field for your opponent. Here's an awesome chance for Ann Arbor Pioneer.
Malik Farha is in shotgun formation. McCoy to his right. He has 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line of Huron. Malik Farha takes it, hands it off. McCoy smashing forward. He gets past the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. As that is a good gain. That'll be a gain of 6 on first down. 6 or 7, depending on where they mark it.
Good pusher from the Pioneer O line. Just just having their way with the defensive players on Huron, who had a really good game to start. The front seven, especially the front four,
Yes.
for Huron, have really messed with the Pioneer O-line, but they got the better of them that time. That's
It
for
would
dang
be
sure.
really nice if it would help out the impromptu quarterbacks here if they could have a running game to help.
Exactly. No kidding. Especially because he is a good running quarterback of his own.
Now Malik Farha rolls to the left, looking downfield. Malik Farha, he'll keep it. He'll run now down to the 35. He sneaks through to the 30, out right close to the 25-yard line. As he turned and knifed through two defenders, they're going to mark it right at the 27-yard line.
Penalty marker by the 41-yard line. Flag called pretty early. I wonder if they're going to call holding on one of the
They're talking things over. Illegal shift, Pioneer. Well, at least it's a 5-yard penalty, not a 10-yard penalty like a holding. But Coach Griggs having a say down there on the sideline, trying to get an explanation. I don't remember too many people shifting on that one, but that's okay. They must have lined up wrong.
And you know who also needs to get some credit here? Dave Bryan is the receivers coach. I feel like these receivers have been really. I mean, I played with Dave Bryan. He was the quarterback on the JV squad.
Yep.
On the freshman squad while I was on JV. So I sacked him a few times. I will say. But nevertheless, coaching the wide receivers, and the wide receivers, multifaceted. I will say they can throw the ball too.
Malik Farha back, shotgun formation. McCoy back there with him. Farha takes it. Malik Farha rolling to his left. Malik Farha, he looking like he's going to run now down to the 40, down to the 35. Trying to get down to the 30. They're going to mark it right about the 33-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 10, and that's going to be a first down for Pioneer.
And really
moving the chains is huge down here.
Yeah, man, especially when you just get that first down. I don't know if he meant it, but that pass set, he kind of looked like he was going to throw a tiny bit there. That gave him a little bit of extra room to go ahead and get that first down.
Just throws those linebackers.
Exactly. It throws because I don't want coach to get mad at me. I don't want to blow this play. I want to make sure I get my guy. And then while that you're analyzing that nonsense from occurring, as the false start maybe just occurred, doesn't look like it.
Malik Farha looking to the sideline. Medzaga wide to the left. 3 receivers wide to the right. Farha alone in the backfield. Pressure coming from the near side. Farha steps up and run down to the 30, down to the 35, or down to the 25, down to the 20. Still on his feet, down to the 15-yard line as he bowled forward. You saw something there. What did you see?
Yeah, he had Calais right there in the on the seam route. Right by the hash marks. He's wide open, holding up his hand like it's college football 25. You see him right there on the top of your television screen. Nevertheless, though, still a positive gain here. Not just something that perhaps when you're getting a lot few reps at quarterback. I mean, when you're also kind of a run-first quarterback as well, you want to get positive yards the only way you know how, with your God-given legs, right? So anyway,
it was a first down, first and 10 from the 15-yard line. Pioneer down by 2, 14-12. Farha takes a low snap. He's looking up, throws over the middle, caught as coming down the far side. Catch back down there as that was Al Kakani. He'll have it down at the 5. They'll mark him just right at the 5, so that's going to be a gain close to the first down. I think he might be half a yard short of the first down. That brings up second and not much.
Yeah, good slant there. Got the ball exactly where it needed to be.
Again, Malik Farha, he looks very comfortable throwing as he's had some completions. And again, it's tough. You know Al Kakani, you know Malik Farha have not had a lot of reps at quarterback recently.
Wonder whether or not why they're in the empty set here. Oh, this is why.
Malik Farha handing it off. McCoy trying to power forward. McCoy comes down. They're going to mark him right about the 1-yard line.
Wow.
So right on the doorstep. That is going to bring up. That's going to be a first down, though. So they were very close to the first down. They managed to get the first down, almost the touchdown, but now you have 3 to 4 cracks at it right from the 1-yard line.
Yeah, I saw that referee wave his hand up. It looked like it was going to go to the touchdown, but it started waving because the...
And off, up the middle.
Yes.
Touchdown, Pioneer.
And there we have
Excuse me, no, that was Farha who kept it. Excuse me. Farha kept it. We'll take a look at the replay here.
As the Pioneer sideline gets a little crazy with it.
as Pioneers scores the touchdown. Malik Farhad takes it in, and Jang looking to kick it away.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen,
Live
as
on
it
air.
is 18-14. Jang kicks it as that's up, and that is good. That makes it 19-14, 5-point lead for Pioneer. And that's the way to do it. You get a big stop when you come in to start, and then once you get that stop, the offense takes it, great field position, they drive it down, and they score. And Pioneer takes the lead for first time since it was 5-0.
It's handing off momentum, man. I mean, I know a lot of people play Ironman football as well, where they're playing both sides of the field. But as you see the like the smoke, like it's the Pontiac Silverdome illuminate through the lights here.
Someone had some sort of smoke bomb down there.
Exactly, and hey, why shouldn't they have? Because it's a party, man. When you're finally up against your crosstown rival, man, it feels so good.
Yeah.
Now keep it up, because I know they're hungry too. They want to play too. They practice 7 days of the 7 days.
Yeah.
No, 4 days of the week too, Mark.
Yeah, there are limits as high school players, but they practice as hard as they can.
Listen,
as well.
I was coaching there. I'd be giving them many sensible injections. Surely not performance enhancing. Well, the performance enhancing variety, I will say.
So good play there. Pioneer takes the lead. They come up to back deep as Graham back deep at the 10. Over on the far side, that is going to be White. Jang set up, hand raised at the 30. Jang comes in, puts his right foot into it. And there's whistles blowing as that's blown dead. Most likely probably an offside on Pioneer.
I thought McCoy was a little far up, and I was like, man, they're going to call it back. It's just they let the kids play.
Yeah.
40 yards downfield offsides, let the kids play when you're up. But, we move forward, call the game clean.
Yep, you're going to kick it again, just move it back 5 yards.
It's not like Jang's not going to be able to boot it a little harder, man. He's a pretty dang good kickoff specialist, as well as he is
Puts
a
it deep there. Good
kicker.
for a high school kicker, absolutely.
No kidding. He's got a leg to him. Now here's a chance to see that CTN's favorite pre-snap play, although they think they're not going to go
Nope,
for
they're
it.
not going to do it. They're just going to step back and kick it. Jang raises his hand. Deep backs back about the 20-yard line as that kick down onto the near side. Graham is going to watch that. That's going to go out of bounds. That is going to be a flag. And it's going to come out to typically 35, but with the penalty, that's going to be the 40, right?
Yeah, and that would have been a touchback if it were not for the penalty, because, man, he wailed it. But it just goes out right at, like, the 4-3-yard line. Man, that sucks. What a rough break.
So legal procedure. $7:28 left to go here in the third. 19-14 Pioneer with the 5-point lead, and now the defense has the focus squarely on them here as they're gonna re-kick here.
Huh?
So they'll back it up and re-kick it. This is something that we've seen in the past, as there's been times when Pioneer played Dexter a couple years ago when Cabana kept on returning it. They just forced them to move it back until they finally kicked it straight down the middle.
Did he return it really far?
He returned, I think, 2 to begin the game with.
Oh,
I think he started the game with a kick return for a touchdown.
Those are always the best, man, when it's like you practice so hard and you just lose the coin flip and you immediately get, stabbed through the spinal cord with that, and it's just like, man, all right.
Take a look last week.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Last week, Al Kakani ran it all the way back. As Jang back, ready to kick it away. Yeah, that Dexter team, Cabana, Parachek, it was a good team.
Legendary team.
All the way back. That's grabbed by Graham right at the 20. Graham cutting towards the middle of the field. Graham trying to go all the way over to the far side. Still trying to get past as he'll get taken down right about the 26-yard line. He had to run about 50 yards to pick up 3 there.
Yeah, I mean, you made him work for it. Pioneer defenders brought him down around the 26-yard line. That's good enough for them. Now there's this Pioneer defense. I mean, they've been playing hot still. I wonder if Huron's going to go for that deep ball some point this drive, maybe like the second or third play. Do they go for that long ball to get and steal momentum right back from them, right?
Yeah.
I bet they do.
So Huron's going to try and take the lead back. Pioneer 19, Huron 7:21 left to go here. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line for Huron. Willis in pistol formation, and there's a whistle again. As maybe an issue with the clock, or I don't even think people got set up early enough as the back judge talks things over. Now they'll trying to keep an eye on the man in the white hat there, see what he says.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like you're going to call the play now.
Okay, so again, they
Never
just
mind.
stopped to make sure everything was kosher with the officials. So 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Man in motion, trying to hand off up the middle, and all the way over on the far side as Huron has it coming down to the 50, taken down right there. As looping around, I believe that was a reverse out there. As again, Nate Sidney, ever dangerous. As we take a look at the replay here, and they came over and just pitched it back to Nate Sidney as they did a man in motion coming from the left to the right, to Nate Sidney coming the other direction.
Yeah, and Jackson Paul McDonald got it, just bit on it, the reverse, so hard. And give credit to Young Sangman, because if he wasn't there, that could have gone to the house.
I bit on the reverse myself, so what can I say? Again, pistol formation as now Jones comes over to his right hip back in shotgun formation. Pioneer showing blitz up the middle, throwing down the far side, and Jan Sain almost got his hands on to that. As that was pass all the way down the far side, and again, Jan Sain actually had position.
He just ding dong Al Kakani do a kip up right after. He does this. He goes.
Oh yeah, no, he did. Yeah. Al Kakani, perfect
shoot kip up, bro.
positioning there, and then popping up. That's impressive. That is darn impressive.
ACL will do that. Not anymore. I'm gonna tear my ACL again if I try that one.
Hand off, now coming to the near side. Jones breaks a tackle, breaks another one, still flying forward to the 45, down to about the 44-yard line as Jones just would not go down.
Yeah, real hard run there from Jones.
Akram Farha, I believe, got the tackle on that one. 6:46 left to go here. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the 44-yard line. Trips to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Alone in shotgun formation is Willis. Pioneer, 4 linemen close to the line of scrimmage. A linebacker tight, up tight to the top. Now safety's coming in as well. 1 safety high for Pioneer. Handoff, and not enough is spilling forward to the 43 now. This is probably 4-down territory for this Huron team. As was there a flag that threw in there late?
Late.
And we are hoping that that's not a personal foul on Pioneer. That's a lot of the time what those flags are that come in late is something happens after the play.
And it looks like that Coach Griggs is like out there just
personal foul, Pioneer.
Man,
that's going to be a 1st down, 15-yard penalty.
Coach is not happy.
As that takes a really nice stop and turns it into a 1st down, and that's always difficult for a defense. So all the way down to the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 28 for Huron. 6:08 left to go here in the 3rd. Pioneer up by 5, 19-14. Huron breaks the huddle. They're now deep in Pioneer territory.
Defense needs to make a play here.
Willis has Jones to his left. 1 receiver to his left, 3 to the right. Willis looking to his left, throws over to the left. That caught. Nate Sidney breaks a tackle, still battling. He'll have the 1st down as he'll get right down to about the 18-yard line. Might mark him half a yard short, but he is right at the marker.
Yeah, man, his ability his ability to be so physical with the catch, but also shifty is really
He broke
impressive.
a couple tackles, and he would not go down
he broke
easy.
like 4, and it's crazy because it's not like those were bad pursuit angles. He just Yup, like whatever Chris Berman used to say.
2nd and inches, hand off. Jones trying the middle. Jones taken down quickly, but it's enough for the first down as he got that 6 inches. And it's going to move the chains, so Huron will have it. Jan Sane on the tackle. They haven't moved the chains yet. Thought it was a first down.
Looks like they're
There
gonna
they go.
Yeah,
Yeah, they moved it. Now they're going.
Surely there's no way he didn't make that first down.
Yeah. Look, I declare nothing until it's actually
Exactly,
seen
yes.
out there. I've been wrong many times before. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Red zone here for Huron. And back into pistol formation, Willis. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 tight. Fakes the handoff, throwing down the right-hand side. And who else? Nate Sidney got back behind the defense. And that is his 3rd touchdown of the day, responsible for all 21 or 20 points so far for Huron. So Huron
That's the extra point.
takes the lead as they have a 1-point lead, extra point bending this.
Yeah, and it's not like Jang wasn't there. Jang was literally right there. Give some credit to the quarterback, man, because what a dime right here, right with people in his face
Houston
as well.
McCoy right in his face, Jang on a hip of the receiver.
McCoy, rather.
And that is just a heck of a throw and catch.
Man,
And they looks like they're going for it. So they're good. No difference between 1 and 2. You might as well try and make a field goal game here. So 2-point conversion. Under center, here's the handoff to Jones. Jones piles through, and there's 2 points. So now it's a 3-point game, 22-19, 4:55 left to go here in the third. And offensive blows back and forth as now it's up to one of the defenses to make the play. And we hope it's not Huron's on this next offensive drive for Pioneer.
no kidding, man. You know, a little drive here to set the tone, to remind yourself of who you are. You're the pioneer of pioneers, man. And the Pioneers, they beat Huron. I mean, it's been a lot more competitive recently, and I think that's better for the city and the sport as a whole. But for the coaches, you mark this down as a W every year.
Huron has, if you take a look at the past 4 years, they are 3-1 versus Pioneer.
Yeah.
Pioneer won last year. They're trying to put 2 together and get the momentum back on the Pioneer side. But there is a lot of pride, skill, and honor over on the Huron side as well. They're not going to just give this up.
I assume you watched the Lions versus Cowboys game. You clearly saw that they circled that Cowboys game with a red marker. And
I had a smell on my face until yesterday about that game. That was.
Yeah, minus the
was
part
fun.
where their best player got his leg broken in 5 pieces. We don't talk about that
poor
part.
Hutch. Hopefully Hutch heals soon.
Yeah.
That is tough.
Best of luck to him. He's a phenomenal player, and he's having a phenomenal year. I remember when Lenny and Rico were talking about we need to get Walker instead, man, and now he can't even remember his name. So Hutchinson is just playing.
Sack leader and then out. That's just tough.
With a bye week, my guy.
Yeah. So not that they'll ever hear this, but we hope Aiden Hutchinson heals up well.
He's listening.
We'd love to see him for the Super Bowl out there. So as we're going on, taking a look.
Well, as we do have number 0 here ready to kick it way far there. A little squib kick right to number 3 as Alcacani goes over there to the 20 to 25.
Akram Farha all the way down. Yeah, good call. Thank you. Dealing with a little administrative work here.
No kidding. Listen,
and a flag comes in late. Akram Farha out to the 30-yard line.
You're a better man than I am. I'm like, sorry, man. I'm good, bro.
For whatever reason, me with a headset on and talking means that I'm the person at the press box everyone should come to.
You need a little sign that says an open sign, like a little one that goes that's the O, the P, the E, and then the little thing flashes and it goes back down and just repeats forward and forward.
What's life without a little adventure? Now, surely this is something Mike Trico deals with a lot, right? Opening up the press box for people.
Ann Arbor native, or Ann Arbor resident currently.
Resident, he grew up, he was went to Syracuse, but married an Ann Arbor lady, and he's done speaking at the Rotary Club and more, so a very talented individual. If I could have a tenth of the career that man had, it would be unbelievable.
Shout out Mike Tirico, the only guy
Absolutely.
to be able to make like Olympic equestrian entertaining, like on the little like Olympic Night in America, whatever NBC used to do.
So was that unsportsmanlike?
Something like that, and it looks like Greg is getting an explanation somehow.
So that looks like that's on Pioneer.
And that is not what you want to have, especially when you're on offense here.
No, it's on Huron. They're walking them back.
Yeah. I mean, boo, because it's unsportsmanlike and I love sportsmanship, but whatever. I mean,
Yeah. You want everyone to, but if it's going to be a penalty, you'd prefer it to be on the other team.
I'll take it.
It was just with Coach Griggs talking to the officials there. I assumed it was something on us. But,
yeah, sure. Very, very emotional and emotive guy, Greg. Which is exactly what you want in your football coach. You want someone to be able to get out there and show that he really freaking cares, not just about this team, but how about the people on the team, because it's not.
No, that's going to be on Pioneer.
Oh,
sorry, the Huron team moved back, so I thought it was going to be on them. That is on Pioneer. Well, we had. No? Okay. Never mind. I thought he was out to the 30. That's going to be a spot foul is what
like
it
an
is.
accordion.
So it was a spot foul. So they walked it back to the spot and did 15 yards, which will gain them to, I swear I've read a real rule book before. Well, you have some really good coaches with a lot of energy around here. We'll talk about it a bit later. As coming up, that's going to be I formation for Pioneer. As Malik Farha hands it off, Caceres coming ahead. He has it past the 40, spills forward. He'll be right close to the line to gain. They'll mark him right at the 42-yard line, 10-yard gain for Pioneer. Way to move the chains on the first play from scrimmage on this drive.
You know what I saw there? I saw a great play. Speaking of coaching, I saw a great block there from Alex Bellers, the left tackle man. Bill Bellers, his son there. Love to see that from the young man too. And I think a lot of the coaching staff, Brines and Thomas and Bellers, he has head coaching experience. But Brines and Thomas, they're players for Pioneer, so they've been here before. They know how it feels like.
Farha takes it, hands it off. Caceres coming up the middle. He has room past the 45. He'll get down to about the 47-yard line. Well, we were talking about energetic coaches, and you take a look, and you had Jim Harbaugh. Sharon Moore is not as demonstrative, but Harbaugh definitely had a lot of energy. Chris Creighton, if you've ever been in a room with that man, he is pure energy. And, of course, Dan Campbell, not any slouch in the energetic department. So we've been darn lucky with a bunch of folks
I
here.
think there's a lot. There was the ever since Sean McVay really had his breakthrough, made that Super Bowl, everyone's like, oh, I need to get that 39, 41-year-old head coach who's an X's and O's guy who just knows ball, right?
Farha fakes the handoff, throws down the near side, way down, looking for Medzago, and intercepted as it just was a little bit more of a line drive throw and able to get in the way. That was grabbed back out there by Smith, and good tackle by Medzago, but good long throw if there was a little bit more air underneath it.
Yeah, that's just the inexperience, unfortunately. Calling his number. I do appreciate Farah. He's not a quarterback by trade, but he's playing his heart out, man, and just a little underthrown, unfortunately. Great job there from Smith. And now, does the doubt start to seep in on the Pioneer line? Does the doubt start to seep in on the Pioneer coaching staff? Hope to God the answer is no. But driving a lot of these, it's getting hard to live with the bounces, we'll say. God,
3:20 left to go. Huron up 22-19. They have it 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line here in the third. Handoff going up the middle. Jones, he's able to get some room as they will mark him out right about the 28-yard line. So that'd be a gain of 3. A gain of 3. That's a play that the offense is happy with, the defense is happy with. Everyone's pretty much happy with that.
Except for the uninspired viewer who's like, why do they just run it through the middle? Why don't they throw it every play?
Back as Willis has it rolling to the left-hand side. Willis looking downfield. Willis throws it. That's a bullet and knocked down. And Newman almost in the hands. And if that thing wasn't going about 1,000,000 miles per hour, I know a little hyperbole there, but still, man, that was a bullet. And Newman, good job they were trying to get it to who else? trying to get it out to Nate Sidney, and great job by Newman to knock it away.
Yeah, man, it is great job there from Newman being able to knock it away. It looked like he kind of had the interception, but just, you know what, it happens. Still a deflected pass in my book, and right here you're sitting a second and short, and they probably is going to go for a run here and then try another pass.
Third and 7. Willis back, pressure coming, throws it as that is taken down. Jones got it right at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be taken down right at the 26-yard line. That's going to be 4th and 3. Wait, wasn't it 4th and 3? Yeah, why does it only say 2 on the chain gang across the way? They moved it to 3. Was that not 4?
So that was second down.
That was second down. Okay, sorry.
Wait, no, it's supposed to be 4th and 3.
I thought it was 4th down, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's just what our glorious. Okay, so there was the.
Now they have it as 4th down on the chain gang. By the way, you know how many volunteers it takes to make a football game happen? Do you know how many parents and people doing things like working the chain gang?
I don't want to know, dude.
Yeah, so we just appreciate everyone out there. Thank you. I know mistakes happen. Everyone's trying their darndest.
But guess what? Didn't matter.
Here comes a punt as that's kicked up high. Spiraling kick comes down right at the 45-yard line. That will take a Huron bounce, good Huron bounce, down to the 34-yard line. So Pioneer 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. They're able to get the stop, not get any points off of that. Not allow Huron 8 points off of the turnover. They're down by 3. And now the offense has a chance to try and make things happen.
Yeah, you really make things happen is a good way to put it. Whatever it needs to be. Is it that scramble that far out we know that he's capable of doing? Is it going to be that scramble out of the scenario to get 3 yards downfield? Is it a successful long bomb to someone like Calais or Menzaga, or just a slow meaty drive that gets you to the end zone? Whatever it is, it just gotta have to happen because the clock's ticking away here. Mark, you only got a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Huron could pull away with this one if they get another ball their way.
I formation as pressure coming. Huron showing pressure. Farha hands off. Caceres trying up the middle as he tries to break 3, but he was taken down. He'll get about 2 yards on that one out to the 36-yard line. That will bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it looks like the Pioneer or the Huron front 7 is really returning to form that they had in the first half. They're kind of sleepy to wake up there, to say the least. Beginning of the drive or the third quarter here, Mark. But now it looks like they're getting what we saw earlier, when they're just rushing the ball, where they're just eating up especially the front 3 for Pioneer.
Paul McDonald comes off limping a little bit. We hope he's all right. Malik Farha back. Shotgun formation, rolls to the right. Throws. And incomplete out to the 45-yard line.
That's the ball he's going to want to have back.
Trying to get it out to, I believe that was Al Kakani over there. Well, hopefully some of these passes, even the interception, hopefully that still makes the defense know that they have to cover the whole field. They can't creep up too much. .51 seconds left to go in the third. Huron by 3, 22-19. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Farha alone in shotgun formation. Farha takes it, looking to his right. Now Farha, that closed quickly. He gets out to the 39-yard line. But before he could really get all the momentum, Gabriel came back behind him and was able to tackle him there.
Yeah, it looks like the punt squad is coming out here. Don't expect the Dan Campbell fake punt. So it looks like that they're going to have to trust in their defense to be able to make a stop, which they have done here so far, sans the 1 touchdown they scored earlier.
So Weira Singa back to punt. Is this the first punt by Pioneer?
No, they did a few times.
Can't be, yeah.
Yeah, they punted a few times. I think twice before.
Back. So Weira Singa singing right at the 25-yard line. Back deep. I'm trying to see. I think that's Jones. Hard to tell as that ball hits right at the 40, goes down, and they'll go out right around the 31-yard line, and they'll mark it there.
Not a pretty punt, but good field position more or less for both sides.
Absolutely. As you move it down, and Huron will start right at 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Pioneer down by 3, 22-19, as we head into the fourth quarter. And besides getting those 3 points, what's the key to this fourth quarter? What does Pioneer have to do to come out of the Ted Higho Bowl victorious?
Get the 3 points.
That's fair. Yeah, I ask a silly question.
You could say anything, man.
Yeah.
But it's like just the mental game. It's just like you saw like two really, frankly, needless penalties for unsportsmanlike conduct. Just running your mouth. Here's the deal. Focus up. Because if you're going to be on that field unfocused mentally, that's going to loosen your joints physically. It's all a working machine. The human body is a machine, all right? Treat it like that, like a program. You're programmed to ball in a certain way. Don't let emotions get in the way of anything besides powering that machine. You got a job to do. Do what you're coached. Trust the play calls. Trust your intuition. You got 12 minutes here for these seniors especially. This is the last 12 minutes they'll ever have at home, Mark.
12 minutes up on the clock. Huron with the ball, up by 3. As they get set. I formation for Huron. Willis hands it off. Jones right at the line. No, he's able to break a tackle from Napier. Again, another tackle. Jones running down. Trying to get him is Colias, that was McCoy, and he can't do it. So that's a run all the way down, and boy, that feels like a bit of a backbreaker there. You still have a lot of time, but run up the middle, and again, they had him at the line of scrimmage, but somehow he was able to get out of what looked to be a really sure tackle. I think Napier had him right there and just trying to grab the ball out of there. And
you have to wrap up, man. You have 12 minutes left. You can't get cocky. Wrap up. When you make stupid mistakes like that, we can call them miscues. The coach going to call them stupid mistakes. Frankly, the coach probably going to call them a lot of naughty words that we can't repeat on air, lest the FCC get a little mad at us. But, that stuff cannot happen if you're trying to win.
Kerr back is, again, low, and that is all the way back. As that will be, poor Kerr gets tackled back there. As that, that's going to be, obviously, the try is no good. That's going to leave it 28-19. So 9-point game here with 11:47 left to go. And again, that was just, it looked like they had him wrapped up. They had a couple people with an opportunity to tackle and able to run all the way down.
If the defense recovered that and returned it, is that a defensive 2-point in the middle?
It'd be 2 points, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep, not a touchdown, but 2 points.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I don't know if they call it then.
I think they call it 2 points if they're able to grab it, and yep.
Yeah, okay. Well, that would have been able to make it a little closer because it's a 9-point game.
Yep.
So it's still technically 2 scores. We saw the kick from Jang last week seal the deal for Pioneer against Skyline.
But he had a good kick earlier today, but now they down 2 scores. They're going to have to make something happen. I sound like I'm on repeat, but this is a time where you don't have to do it on this drive, but
you should.
If Huron gets another score and you don't answer, it's over.
It becomes
becomes very difficult.
Yeah, and we can call it what it is.
You can have a miracle, but it's unlikely at best.
Yeah, and it's from the perspective of like the Huron team. It's like your game plan is working insanely well. You've got a deep run that broke through. You've fed the ball to big old number 4 1,000 times so far here. Just keep up your game plan if you're Huron, because it looks like Pioneers might not be working, at least according to what they're seeing.
As the kickoff, high up, end over on kick, over to the far side. It's picked up there, cutting to the near side. Jan Sang past the 30, out to the 35, 36-yard line. As Pioneer will take over there. 1st and 10 with 11:41 left to go, down 28-19. So now the offense comes out onto the field.
It's getting a little chilly. Those nerves can start to kick in. The extra.
Down to 51 degrees out here.
Yeah, man, and it's gets a little nerve-wracking if you're on that side. I mean, you don't want to mess anything up, but you just want to make sure you do your job. It's hard to be that machine like I talked about earlier because You are human. You're a kid. You have these emotions and you have these things that occur, and you just, hopefully it all works out for the best.
Shotgun formation for Malik Farha. Akram Farha in motion from the left to the right. Hand off. McCoy has room. McCoy up the middle. He'll have the first down as he'll get out to the 49-yard line. So McCoy, they'll mark him at the 50-yard line. That's a good way to start off the drive with a big run on first down.
Yeah, good job there from like the strong safety on here. I'm trying to figure out who it is. Oh, it's Nate Sidney. He's good in the back and in secondary too.
Oh, by the way, that last year on touchdown, the first that Nate Sidney did not score. That was Jones.
There's a trivia factory. You are full of trivial knowledge.
Only trivial, absolutely.
Only trivial.
Shotgun formation. Malik Farha takes the snap. And Malik Farha keeps it over to the far side as he'll get about 3, maybe 4 to that far side before being knocked out of bounds. Looks like they're only going to give him 2 according to the near side official. So that will bring up 2nd and 8 from the 48-yard line. Mezzago coming in, goes to the far side. Akram Farha wide to the near side.
Snap it early because Farha looks wide open here.
By the way, Paul McDonald back in. Good to see that. He was limping earlier. So shotgun for Farha, back in the backfield. He hands it off, and McCoy has room. First down and more, past the 40, down to about the 36-yard line. And Houston McCoy making big hay, and you love to see these runs because that will certainly slow up that pass rush and hopefully open some other things up for Pioneer.
Yeah, Houston's having a heck of a drive here, and you want to keep up that momentum. You want to keep feeding him, but at the same time, the clock does start to tick when you just run the ball down the field. But hey, as long as it keeps working, just score points here, man. Make a stop scores for 4 points.
10-40.
Yeah.
Not quite worried about the clock just yet, but you are 2 scores down. Malik Farha coming to the near side. Looks like he's going to keep it. He'll get down to the 30, down to the 20, down to the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Malik Farha, as that is his 3rd touchdown of the game. And he runs it in.
And who else but a phenomenal block from his brother on that play. Farha blocking for Parin.
Akram Farha with a beautiful block. Oh, is there a flag?
Mark.
Oh.
The penalties again.
Oh,
costly
holding.
Penalties.
And you go from a touchdown now to maybe being behind the chains here with the holding call, depending on where
they probably called the holding on Akram as well, because I know there was a pretty physical block, and I think both the players were fighting. But I mean, as we see the replay here, hopefully it gets off before the play does. I mean, you're gonna see in the bottom of your television screen, it's just the hands, and it's just that pulling. The pull down, referee sees that, and they're going to call that back every single time. Man, so rough from the Pioneer side. But they've got it in them. Have it happen again, and you'll be all fine.
1st and 14 from the 40-yard line. Throw over to Mezzago. Mezzago tripped up to the 40 as getting his hands down there was Taylor. As, again, shoestring tackle there, but good enough to not allow Pioneer to get much back. Stays 2nd and 14.
Of course, he had to do a little funky dance move at the end there, too. Oh, that was like Scott Pilgrim guitar wave or something. I don't know.
10 minutes and counting here in the 4th. Huron up 28-19. Malik Farha alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Malik Farha looking downfield, now rolls to the right. Malik Farha throws downfield all the way over. Mezzago open. No, and it's almost tipped and down, and it looked like Huron might intercept it. It looked like Mezzago was going to have it, but good makeup speed by the defenders to get back and tip that away.
Yeah, that was, man, I almost went far and just take a few steps forward and just get some positive yardage here, maybe get even a first down. But I do appreciate the old Brett Favre gunslinger mentality of just throw the ball down the field and see what happens.
It looked like he put just about everything on that ball.
Yeah, it looked like he was really slinging the gun really hard there. But nevertheless, it looked like they're calling a timeout here.
So Pioneer, this is a big 3rd and 14.
Huge.
This is a big play. You're on Huron's side of the ball. At this point, unless you make a little hay here, you're probably not going to go for a field goal, obviously. This at this point would be something crazy like if you have Jake Bates, maybe you go for it. But otherwise, at high school level, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, you really don't.
So you got to get some room here, hopefully a first down you're going to you don't have to get all 14 here, because if you're going to go for it on fourth, you can pick up about 8 and give yourself a fourth and manageable.
Yep. You're not in field goal range. And it's just, it's like the center is talking with the referee here, or maybe he's talking with the.
So Pioneer, 3rd and 14 from the 40-yard line, 9:42 left to go. On a touchdown run by Malik Farha, called back on a holding, then a long throw that just tipped away from Mazzago. Now it's 3rd and 14 for Pioneer. Malik Farha has McCoy in the backfield with him. Takes it. Malik Farha steps back, looking to his left. Now he's going to run, gets a block, skitters to the near side, and he'll get down as they'll mark him about the 35-yard line. So that's going to be back to close to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th and 9.
And I assume what the coaches were doing when they were calling that timeout is saying, Malik, what you're going to do here, you're going to look for that first read. And if it's not there, use your feet, make a few plays, because we're going to go it on 4th anyway.
Yeah.
Don't throw this ball down the field with a costly interception. Just get some positive yardage, because we're going for it nonetheless.
1 read, 2 reads, run.
Exactly.
So right at the 36-yard line, 4th and 10 for Pioneer. Huge play in this game, 9:33. Not over, but boy, this would be a big first down to get as Al-Kakani in motion. As now rolling to the left, Malik Farha trying to cut through, and he bounces away from a couple tacklers, comes to the near side as he'll have a stiff arm to the 30, and did he get to the line to gain?
They're going to call him short, Mark.
Oh, they're going to call him 2 yards short, 1 yard short, and that is going to be a turnover on downs. Pioneer sideline hollering. They think it's a first down, but marked short. It's a valiant attempt as, boy, he came to the far side, and there was nothing doing. He bounced off of a few big tackles over there as it looked like he was trapped in the end zone. But a slip there as that was Gabriel trying to get to him. And he came down all the way over, and
he might have had someone open on the flat there, but maybe he did not see him, just tried to trust his legs and just a few yards short. So unfortunate because he's playing his heart out. He's giving everything he has to give, and it's just a little too little.
Just a yard or a yard and a half short. So 9:21. Now it's squarely on the shoulders of the defense here to get a stop and give the offense 2 more opportunities to crack this 2-score lead. 28-19. As whistle there as Huron was set to get going, 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line, and Huron calls their first time out. So they want to talk things over. So they saw something they didn't like when their offense came out onto the field after that turnover on downs. So 9 minutes, 21 seconds left. I guess it wouldn't be over if Huron scores, but boy, it would make the mountain awful high. It would be an Everest of comebacks there.
Yeah, at least in comparison to the workload or the offense is like average yards per play. It just wouldn't make sense with the time you have left and the mileage. I mean, man, and it goes back to the Farha holding was so rough there. Now
that took 7 points off.
It did. Yeah. Now I don't want to go into whether you call that or not because this stuff happens, but man, it's a 14. That's a 7-point swing.
Yeah. Right
there, because James making that kick, and then you make a stop and you get another convenient touchdown, and then bam, now you're literally winning. So, so rough.
It's a game of inches, literally here.
Game of inches.
As taking it back. Willis hands it off. No, he keeps it, trying to come down the far side. He gets to the 30. He is snowed under there. They're going to give him out to the 31-yard line, so that will be a gain of 3 out to the 31. 9 minutes, 3 seconds and counting as the clock ticking down. That's going to start becoming an issue. So 2nd and 6. They're going to give him a gain of 4 out to the 31-yard line. Willis has the play coming in from the far side.
Defense needs to make a stop here, Mark.
And I don't trust Huron. It's still too early to trust that Huron's going to stay on the ground here. As They're lined up, everyone tight to the line of scrimmage. Handoff going up the middle, and Jones gets out as he'll get out to the 34-yard line. Gain of 3. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3. So that's going to be, again, staying on schedule. That was a 100% running formation by Huron.
Yeah, no kidding. And then Binary answers with, like, looking like a punt block on the D-line there. Everyone was there. Craig Humphrey, man, call his name a few times earlier. Maybe he's making a big play here. I don't know. Although they do have oh, my God.
Nate Sidney split out wide to the top of your screen.
Oh, he's got to be careful.
Under center is Willis. One back in the backfield, so single back formation. Pioneer has all the linebackers tight to the line of scrimmage, and I think that's going to be a false start. Yep, the lineman points. That's going to be a false start, so 3rd and 8. Much nicer for a defense to defend 3rd and 8 than 3rd and 3.
Yeah, it was like number 77, Lamar Ashford. Started that play just a little bit earlier than the other people did. So pushing it back, and that makes this 3rd down a whole lot more harder to get, and it makes his job a little bit easier for Pioneer.
7:24 or 7:42, excuse me, and counting now, 28-19. Huron with the lead. Shotgun formation for Willis. Takes it, rolls to his right. Willis, pressure coming from Napier, throws downfield, and off the fingertips out there as the ball thrown a little high, and Rendelman off of his fingertips.
Yeah, and I know he's mad about that one, but like at the same time, the punts from Huron have not been very far. So you probably
but not far.
Yeah, that's true. You probably don't get you probably get worse field position on the pick than you do here.
Absolutely.
So I mean, maybe I'm gonna eat my words. Maybe they pin him at the 5, which would be really funny.
Murphy's Law would
really
a
based commentator's curse for the people if I've ever seen one. But I'm not that good. I'm not that nice. I'm not that good. Surely.
Jang at the 42. That kick high up by Kerr. Jang goes back, lets it roll past the 30, right back to the 32-yard line. And, it's probably about where that pass was thrown. If he catches it, goes back and tries to wrap around, he might not get to the 32. So, Pioneer, 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Still enough time left. You still have plenty of time for 2 possessions, 7:21 and counting. Good stop by the defense. But the imperative to score becomes ever greater with each drive you have.
Yeah, that's a great way. That's a great way to put it. The imperative. I mean, it's just like it's a sense of urgency that becomes incredibly, incredibly urgent. Every more moment that passes, it's even more urgent now than the beginning of that sentence.
And for someone who probably practiced as a wide receiver all week, Malik Farha back in shotgun formation, trying to take this team to a city championship, but Huron in the driver's seat right now.
But he has to.
Malik Farha, shotgun, hands off, coming to the near side, Casares gets out to the 40, spins, and he'll be pushed back there, but they're going to say out to the 42-yard line. That's going to be maybe they're going to mark it right at the marker. That's going to be a gain of 10, and they'll move the sticks. So great job, 1st and 10, right from the
yeah, man.
First snap of the drive.
Give it to the hot hand,
So Casares there. It was McCoy the last couple drives.
Yeah,
so you got
a
fresh running back
coming
that's true.
in. McCoy has been pretty hot. They give it to Casares first. They may give McCoy a rest or get him in a different position.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers tight to left. Casares on his left hip. As there's a flag coming up ahead. Malik Farha will get it past the 50. But that flag thrown right when it was snapped.
They're going to call legal shift here.
Yeah. So a legal shift on Pioneer. They'll back them up 5 yards. That'll make it 1st and 15 from the 37-yard line, if I can do some very basic
I don't
math.
think I've ever seen as many illegal shift calls in the same game. And now, while I love football, this is the one thing I'm not familiar. I think you're allowed to go laterally. Do they see him as going forward?
Or maybe he was not set before the ball was snapped, because you have to be set right. You can't.
You
the
can't.
Canadian running. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that too.
So 1st and 15 for Pioneer. 6:30 left to go. The penalty does stop the clock, but that's not the way you want to stop it. As they hand it off on jet sweep to Al Kakani. Al Kakani has some room past the 40. Al Kakani spills down to the 48-yard line. That's going to make it a 2nd and 4, depending on whether they spot it. Looks like it will be 2nd and 4 right at the 48-yard line. So good gain on that jet sweep.
I saw Farha lightly limping as well.
I hope not.
Yeah, gotta be careful. He's been putting on. He's been doing his best out there, man. Want to make sure he's
Farha
healthy.
takes the snap, rolls to the right, looking downfield. Farha still looking downfield. Now pressure coming, throws it, and he throws it out of bounds. Live to fight another day. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Good, smart, heady decision there to not force anything. 5:54 left to go. That stops the clock, too.
3rd and 4.
So 3rd and 4 from the 48-yard line, 28-19. Pioneer down 2 possessions. It's going to be on the far hash mark. Casares to his left, 3 receivers to the short side of the field. That's the top of your screen, 1 wide to the near side of the field. Farha has it, hands off, breaking forward. That should be enough for a first down. Casares gets forward. He should have it by a yard, and that is a huge first down. Takes him to the 47-yard line. So that was one you had to have.
And you had it when you need it most. Casares is coming up clutch. So we just need something to break free here, man.
5:27 left to go. That's going to be a flag. And again, false start on Pioneer. That's going to back them up 5 yards.
I did not see a false start, but.
Or some kind of illegal procedure. At least typically that's a false start.
Call a play dead first thing. That would be a false start, but.
Yep. 5:26 left to go. That makes it 1st and 15 from. That's going to move it over on. Pioneer side of the 50 as they'll get that set at the 48-yard line of Pioneer. So Pioneer lines up. Again, they keep 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Huron shows blitz at the high side. Hand off. Al Kakani trying to jet sweep to the near side. He gets the 50. Stutter steps, cutting the other side as he'll have it. And coming down to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. And he is out right about the 1-yard line. But there was a flag thrown right at the 50 as that was just in the spot of a holding.
It's coming back, and I also think they're going to call Griggs on unsportsmanlike conduct or sideline warning as well, because it looked like there was some jersey grabbing, but I would not have called that maybe at least from my angle, a hold.
Again, we don't have the same angles as the officials.
Yeah, that's true, but we will see.
As coming in, and that's the jet sweep and grabbed, and yeah, he's got him kind of around the front where the jersey is. He was turning. I'm not an official, so I can't say anything, but that is frustrating where 2 really long runs down the near side have been called back on holdings, and that's got to demoralize you a little bit to have a huge run to get it down there and then have it come all the way back. Oh, wait. Well, they're picking up the flag, but
maybe they're picking up the second one?
Obviously the second one, not the first one. Sportsmanlike conduct on Pioneer. And then he pointed to Huron and is making it almost look like a.
Wait, so they're picking up the
holding flag?
But they're not picking up the unsportsmanlike flag?
So maybe they talked and didn't have the holding, but the unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be here, and there's still a flag down.
Miss Patty called touchdown, which is crazy. She's out there jumping for George. She's like, yeah, it's a touchdown, but it looks like, it's not. They call it dead at the 1.
You could have argued whether it was a touchdown because he was thrown in, like he was coming down, and you'd have to look at it. But when we saw the flag, I didn't analyze that any further. But there's
defensive coordinator there calling touchdown. There's certainly the lots of conversation here with the referees who everyone on the field is playing their hearts out. It's getting colder there. They're getting angsty. They're getting hungry. It's getting late. Want some Tasty's burgers after the game.
Indeed. Indeed. So okay, so they got it down to the 1, and then 15-yard penalty backs them up.
Okay.
So, but that's after. So it'll be 1st and 10. So they don't have 1st and 25.
Yeah.
So the holding was picked up. Personal foul down after the play. Went down to basically the 1. And so they'll move it back out to the 17. So they marked them down at the, or at least the personal foul was at the 2.
And Huron will call a very needed timeout.
Well, I mean, at that point, everyone's a little confused. You want to regroup and you want to figure out because you thought you had a holding and they had them back up to the 50. And basically, they split the baby on that one and got it down to the 17, which honestly, compared to having it 1st and 25 from the 50, I'm okay with.
Yeah, I'll take it. Any means necessary at this point.
Indeed, not that, I mean, Huron's been playing a whale of a game.
Oh,
and they've
yeah,
made
dude.
it difficult on Pioneers, so.
They've been playing very hot today.
Absolutely. They have made Pioneer work for absolutely everything here, and with 4:59 left, you're down into the red zone. You can't waste this opportunity, right? You got to at least get 3 here. You got to get it down to a single goal, single possession game.
You need to score.
Well, yes, you need to score. You need to get to points here because you haven't been down in the red zone all that often, and you got to get to 2 scores there. No, it's all good. As it has gotten chilly, it is down to 51 degrees.
I had to throw my voice over there. Like I'm, what's his name? Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, there you go. So Malik Farha has it. Akram Farha in motion from left to the right. Hand off to Caceres. Big hole. Caceres cutting in.
Yes.
Caceres has it in. Touchdown. Pioneer. Caceres. Boy, the offensive line opened up and parted the sea for him. And Caceres take it in and touchdown Pioneer.
Moses parting the Red Sea.
Oh, that was such a gorgeous hole. That was a gorgeous hole as look at that. Just sealing off that side, and then Caceres just running hard and putting it in. And now, with this extra point looms large because this can make it a field goal game.
Yeah, job's not done, though. Job is not done, though. Defense got to make an incredibly important stop here. You really need a 3 and out to make it so much more easier. As long as Jang can nail this extra point through the uprights, Mark Holt looks good.
Shish has it down. The kick is up. The kick is good. So it is a 3-point game, and boy, have we had some doozies recently. As we had a 2-point game versus Lincoln. We had a 3-point game versus Monroe.
And so far, a 2-point game right now.
Yeah.
And you know what's actually becoming incredibly important here? That safety, Mark.
That safety and the missed extra point.
Yeah,
the missed extra point, because it would have been a field. Now a field goal wins it. If they had gotten that extra point, if Huron had gotten the extra point in the last one, you'd only tie it with a field goal. So Jane can win it with a field goal, but first,
defense needs to stop.
Defense needs to stop.
Defense needs to stop.
The defense has come up big, even in tough games. The defense has played hard for Pioneer. This Huron offense has been no slouch, though.
Would it be a fool's errand to say they're going to trust on their what's his name again? Oh yeah, Nate Sidney.
Boy, you got to double team 4, right? Wherever he goes, you got to have 2 people on 4.
Yeah, I mean, and they have had 2 people on him. The first touchdown that he had 2 people on him.
Yeah.
2 against 1, bro. Maybe put a third man. Maybe go get a lineman on there. Anything at this point. maybe you get like a chip block on him just to make sure that just anything to kind of stop his momentum. I don't really know, but at this point.
He has speed because he's gotten past.
Yeah.
Jang is a very fast individual. Malik Farha, very fast individual. He was able to get back behind them. So he is a burner. Now they run up, stop, and they get it back. The backs.
What if he's like a 2-star or 3-star?
They have one person all the way back at the 15 on the far side. I believe that is Simpson Vlach. So they only put one person back there as he grabs it, drops it, picks it up at the 10. No place to go coming down the far side. Excuse me, that's Jones. I lied. He now has a place to go out to the 40. So it looked like he was going to be seamed in and taken down. And he turned turned something ill-intended into something beautiful for Huron and not so good for Pioneer.
You know, I wish I could muff the punt at the 10 and then get to the 40. What the heck? I mean, you got some really nice blocks there from the people there as well. Never giving up on the play is such a, like, it's sometimes, especially at the younger level, you see you get that muff punt, like, oh, it's over. It's over. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna cower on the ball like a sad little boy. But no, he fights through it. He picked up the ball after that, which maybe he wasn't coached to do. Maybe the coach can be a little mad at him for it. But why could the coach be mad at the 40-yard game that followed?
All I remember is Denard fumbling his first snap, picking it up, and running for a touchdown.
Yes, dude. I was like...
And the legend was born then. Again, they run an offensive lineman on late. That's the center. Can't do anything without him. Man in motion. Willis takes it. That is either a false start or... that's an illegal shift or something happened there. Flag right when it was snapped.
Nearside ref is the false start king, man. He's called a bunch. He's an eagle eye for that sort of deal.
Oh, no, he's saying illegal shift.
Yeah.
So he's making the motion of illegal shift. That would be on Huron. That will back them up. 1st and 15 at the 35-yard line. 4:43 left to go. Again, that stops the clock, backs them up 5 yards. Pioneer really, again, you don't want Huron to have a long drive. They have the ability to run. They've thrown it deep, but you really want to get them hemmed in here. 2-point game, 28-26. 4:43 left to go. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Here comes Willis. Shot or pistol formation. Willis, most people tight. One wide receiver tight to line of scrimmage to the left-hand side. This is a running set, but they have had a running touchdown from right about this spot. Taking their time. Pioneer, loads of people at the line of scrimmage. Now man in motion, handoff up the middle. Jones trying to find his way. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. He got a lot more than I thought he would, is able to get some good blocking up front, and that makes it 2nd and, looks like 2nd and 9. Now from the 41, no, they're going to mark it all the way up to the 43-yard line. Excuse me, 2nd and 7. I thought they had him a little bit earlier, but good running by Huron.
Yeah, I had him at 2nd and 8, but they call it at the 7 here. And just makes, 2nd down here, you still have lots of room to grow. Your defense playing good so far.
Pistol formation, man in motion, that's White. Hand off to Jones going up the middle. He'll get stopped short, but he makes it a 3rd and 4 as he'll get all the way out.
And man,
depending on which, wow, boy, that close line judge. Pioneer takes the timeout. The close line judge was like a yard or two further downfield than the far line judge.
Huh. And
no, they'll mark it down. So that's at the 47.
You know what I'm reminding me a lot of is, remember when you play the teams in Red Down South, when you play Monroe and Bedford, they run that goofy, wacky triple option.
Yep.
You got to tackle the dive. I'm seeing a lot of, not triple option, excuse me, but a lot of the read option with regards to like the A-gap read option, the really weird read option where if it breaks 3, it can break 3 really hard. But on that one, he just gave it to the dive running back, and he got like 7 yards, and now it's like a 3rd and it's a 3rd very manageable, dude.
3rd and 3 from the 47 yard
line. And now
line,
it's like if you could just tackle a dive and wrap up, lift them up, put them down. Now it makes this a whole lot less. You have a lot less plays you can go to. You can get a nice stop and incompletion. Man, I'm so nervous here,
man.
man.
You don't want to give him anything here because if it's 4th and 1, right about the 50, you don't want to give him an excuse to go for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Man in motion for left to right, they hand off, and Jones
they got him.
as good stop there. All sorts of people down there trying to see who was the first to it, as that was Akram Farha at the bottom of the pile. Timeout Pioneer. So Pioneer wisely, as much as this was something that always drove me crazy about Caldwell, great coach, but he never used his timeouts on defense. He'd have them for offense. That killed me. You call your timeouts on defense because on offense you can spike the ball, you can get it out of bounds on the sideline, you have ways to stop the clock. On defense you don't. So using those timeouts on defense gives you the best opportunity. And there's no way I'm anywhere close as smart as that man. But I know they're doing 200 things, and that's not something they necessarily think about. But it always used to drive me crazy. Otherwise, amazing coach.
Yeah, it was always the clock management that was the real kicker. I mean, clock management, it is something that can be taught. It's always just math, and having when I so I coached a middle school flag football team, and I always have like one of the he's not on the team, but there's a guy. Shout out to Ollie Shehab, a little ninth grader there. A little shout. He's gonna, if he's listening, he's probably just jumping for joy off the walls now. I always tell him to be like, hey, can you let us know, like, because he's also good at math.
Okay, is this gonna be 4th and 1? Looks like they're heavy set. They're gonna go for it. This is a huge play here.
Don't jump off sides. Do not jump off sides.
4th and 1 as they push it forward, and they got it as they spill even further forward, down right around the 42-yard line. You can hear the elation from the coach's box up above us from the Huron side, as that was a big play. Pioneer had taken 2 of their timeouts, gotten the clock stopped, got you stopped at 4th and 1, and boy, that's demoralizing.
Yeah, when the QB sneak looks like a QB run, you know something they got you good.
3 minutes and counting now. Huron's going to probably take as much of the play clock as they can. They're talking over on the sideline. So they're going to let this run. Pioneer with 1 timeout. So they're not going to want to use this until they're sure they got him stopped. Willis has it. Now underneath center. Again, they are all one player back deep. That's Jones. Single back formation, everyone close. Now Huron calls their timeout. So they want to talk it over with 2:39 left to go.
A timeoutless game now.
And indeed, both teams out of timeouts now. So I thought I saw 1 left on Pioneer, but nope. So no timeouts left with 2:39 left to go. 2-point game. A Pioneer in a desperate need for a stop here because Huron is already down on Pioneer's 42. So even if they get a stop, a punt's going to probably get them at least to the 20. And if Huron can take another minute or so, you're going to have a tough time
scoring.
You're going to have to move. You're going to be
needed.
not running and mainly throwing, especially with no timeouts. That's going to make it difficult. So Huron to the line again. Everybody tight. Jones the deep back, but otherwise Willis hands it off to Jones, trying the near side. Jones, Akram Farhad takes him down. Is the ball out? Oh, Huron player got it.
Man.
Oh
Oh
the
my
way
God.
the ball bounces.
I heard the people above us just like jumping for joy and like setting their feet like a stutter step.
Oh, one of the Pioneer players is clapping. We're going to hope that that's not on Pioneer.
Moment.
That is a personal foul chance right there, or typically a personal foul call right there. Oh, boy, that's...
All right, I heard what he said. He said, I'm just kidding. I can't repeat any of the words that were said by that kid.
Open discretion, the better part of valor, and cooler heads remain.
Emphasis on cool. I'm very cold right now. My nose is running.
Interesting. Gary talking to the head official down there.
Which is, I don't know why he would be.
Not sure. He's right there.
What a weird thing.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Huron. So that will be a 15-yard penalty. Again, we don't want to ever cheer us unsportsmanlike conduct, but much prefer it on the opponent than our home team. So 15-yard penalty. That will back them up as... Again, ball came out, bounced, and Huron got that. It would have been beautiful if Pioneer could have gotten that ball.
Man, it would have been a storybook moment they would have remembered for a long time, particularly whoever got that.
Would have, could have, should have, but we still have 2 minutes, 17 seconds left, down by 2.
We move forward, young man.
Indeed. So ball at the 49-yard line. That is going to be 3rd and 17. Again, they maintain everyone tight to line of scrimmage. Willis underneath center. Jones back deep. So they're in a running formation here. Clock winding at 2:10. They're taking all the time they can. Pioneer needs to get a big stop here. Handoff, Jones, and he's not. Boy, they keep on pushing, but they'll get him out to the 49-yard line, gain of 1, and that clock's going to continue to move. So once they get it set, 35-second play clock, right, in high school?
Yep.
And that's what happens when you watch all phases of the game.
Well, listen,
all levels of the game.
who can help us, bro? We've got a couple football guys. What do you think? Football is a beautiful thing, and we're seeing right here how intense football can get, but also how like quiet the intensity can be.
1 minute, 23
because
seconds.
like the crowd's not even that loud on either side, but you know how important this very intimate setting will be.
1:15 back, and he's going to throw it all the way down, and incomplete. Looks like he had it, but it bounced away. That stops the clock. I mean, I get it. If it's a first down, it's over, but they could have bled 30 more seconds off of that clock, right, if they had run it. Now, again, this is why the coaches down there are much smarter than me. I am not.
You sure?
I mean, they do trust their guy who basically has caught 1,000 long balls today. Just didn't catch this one, which, you know, I mean, good throw. And
Again,
it's
Jan
just
Sane right there and just couldn't quite pull it in off the fingertips. And again, look, it's a minute 5 seconds. They're good. Are they in punt formation now? Or are they just going to run
Dude,
this?
they are not in punt formation. They're going to go for it, Mark Wiseman.
what?
I'm confused. Okay, I would have punted it down. But again, like I said.
They're
That's going to be a penalty on the offense, as Willis demonstratively saying that he felt that call was incorrect.
I do not know what is happening. Is it a false start? Now they're playing.
It had to be, right? But I didn't think everyone was set yet, honestly.
I thought they were just eating more time, but
Yeah.
the clock also stopped, so that wouldn't make any sense. Maybe there's. I got nothing.
Okay, so now they're in punt formation, right? So, okay. Boy, I think they were trying to get Pioneer to jump on that.
Yeah, and then they jumped on it.
And then at that point, yeah. So Jones back to punt, grabs it at the 35. That goes down, hits. Oh, did he touch it? Down, grab by Jan Sane, and that ball is loose. And that is going to be a Huron touchdown. And that's the game. Now we'll see if they could. The sideline officials down right at the 13-yard line, but that looked like he had it. It got knocked away. Now are they bringing this back? So they're going to say he was down. Boy, woo. Oh, the football.
You all thought, all you people in the crowd, don't you know? We all here in the booth definitely know.
Football Valhalla giveth and taketh away.
Yes.
Many times in this game alone.
And I see 56 seconds of beautiful football action. Free football for you.
2-point game. Pioneer in need of at least a field goal. 56 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line.
Imagine.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Al Kakani comes in. Is he going to...
Wait, no. It looks like they're... Oh, no. Oh. It looks like the quarterback for... it looks like they call Huron down by contact. So it looks like because Huron's in victory formation.
Oh, no. Huron has the ball. Darn it. Okay, never mind.
Oh, never mind. All that I said? Oh, well. Good job to Huron, though. I mean, they played a heck of a game, clearly.
Okay, that was my fault. Boy, I thought I knew what was going on.
I could have sworn that's what they did.
Well, the Huron has it. 36, so, yeah, Huron has the ball. That's why the guy in front, in 2 yards in front of me was looking at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
And that will do it as the clock counts down, 47 seconds and counting. Boy, one way or the other. Again, a few bounces here or there in either team. It was a hugely hard-fought game. Couple big hugs over there between the two teams. Again, people have played on teams with each other. Huron is going to take the Ted Higho Bowl. They're going to take the city championship, and Pioneer now needs to beat Pinckney to get their 6th win. try and make sure and guarantee that they have some little postseason football that should be in nonetheless, but you want to get that 6th win. And that will do it as the clock counting down as 4, 3, 2. And your final score, Huron 28, Pioneer 26. And
Are they not going to do the greatest tradition in all of sports?
doesn't look like it. Looks like a couple people had it, but no handshake there. As
I'll
they're
shake
just
your
gonna have-
hand.
yeah, there you
well,
go.
we got to keep the tradition alive, Mark.
Well, I mean, it's a rivalry game. It came down to the last moment, so.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know.
So, but there are some people hugging at midfield. Next game is going to be at Pinckney. So Friday, the 25th, 7 p.m. game. Again, I emailed. I haven't heard back from Pinckney to see if we can do the broadcast. But otherwise, please come out to cheer on the team for the last regular season game. Friday, October 25th, 7 p.m. at Pinckney High School. For my camera people, it's been Cooper and Kenny and James Wiseman. Our director is Mike Butler and Ryan Williams on color commentary. My name is Mark Wiseman. Any final thoughts on that game, Ryan?
It is rough to lose final senior night, to lose to Huron, which while they are getting significantly better than when I was going to high school, you never want to lose to them. You never want to lose anything, but football is a great storytelling sport. You tell stories of hardship and of loss, and this stuff like this is going to prepare you for life, especially when you're a young kid. You can get something as heartbreaking as that. I saw Akron throw his helmet down in rage, but at the same time, it's like, you pick yourself up from your bootstraps. You put your next foot forward. You got Pinckney next week. You got 6 wins. You can make a playoff run. Lest we forget the 2007 New York Giants. Did anyone think they were going to make it? The 2011 New York Giants. Anyone think they were going to win?
So that is the final score. Pioneer loses by 2. We will be back tomorrow with Michigan Women's Hockey live from Grand Valley State University. Puck drop at 7:30 p.m. Then we'll be live at Yost 4:05 for a home-and-home with Grand Valley State University. This is Mark Wiseman. Thank you. Have a great night, everybody.